We're live.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're
Hola.
back.
Y'all missed us?
I missed you guys.
I did
missed
too.
you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I missed everybody.
I know. It's good to get the crew together.
The gang's back together.
Gang's back
Boys
together.
are back in town.
Oh man,
The
Hell
boys
yeah.
are.
the
Nick, you have
The boys
Victoria's head in Laiba's,
Hey, you
and
know
then
what?
I'm in Victoria's, and then Laiba's in mine.
I got it. Don't worry.
We got this.
I
Well,
This was
figure this out.
planned.
Nope, that's not.
We planned it.
I've messed up.
We got it.
You know, one of these days we're gonna do an anniversary episode, and we're gonna have bingo cards, and people can write down things that are gonna happen in the show,
Twilight.
and this will be one of the things of us being in the wrong boxes.
No,
Robbie.
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 Robbie. Ray
Shun-Chi.
is showing up.
Power Rangers.
Oh,
Radiant
Booter
Black.
Man.
It's gonna be a very. Oh, I haven't said anything about reading. Anyway, hello
Pedro
everyone.
Pascal.
Welcome to the Voices of
Hi,
Atlas
everybody.
podcast, where we get off track constantly.
How many
So
of us on
off
here are ADHD?
It was.
Not me.
I said,
Yes.
how many of us on here are ADHD? Because, like, no wonder why we get off track.
We ride our own wavelength.
Yeah.
All right. As everybody can see, we have someone else here from a different universe. From a
Different timeline.
from a
He's
different
still from
timeline.
Canada,
They don't
at
belong.
least.
They don't belong in the Voices of Atlas universe. So someone popped in, and that is Ellie
across
from
the
Ocean
multiverse.
Podcast. Introduce
Oh my
yourself.
God.
Hi. Welcome.
hello. It is I. It is I, Ellie. Of
Hello,
Ocean
Ellie.
Podcast.
Hi, Ellie.
It's like, I've obviously never spoken to any of you ever in my life.
Yeah, no, she just
No.
she
I don't know
only
what's going on right
existed
now.
as soon as this live happened.
Yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
just
Probably
out of
has
nowhere.
never hung out with you in person.
Yeah.
Never.
Sales
Never. I
family.
am
Yeah.
not the only person
Yeah.
who has witnessed Johnny be a giant.
Oh yeah.
It's
Would you
Yeah.
guys
You're
mention?
the only one who's
Told y'all.
probably ever touched Johnny physically.
Yeah.
I just kind of poke him. I'm just like, what?
That
Are you-
sounds
you're
bad.
real? No, it is funny though, because when we first met, I was like, oh my God, you're a real person. You
Right.
are in fact real.
That-
Which
okay.
is wild.
That-
To me, Johnny is just a top half.
yeah.
Literally.
That's all that
That's-
exists.
That's so many people to me. That's so many people
It's
to me.
passed up for most people.
Yeah, that's wild.
Guess that's one way to say it.
Pretty much. But yeah, I also have a podcast. Many people assume that I am a Marvel podcast, but I am just a movie podcast. It just happens that I was like, I'm gonna do all the Marvel productions from phase 1 through 3 first.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh my God, you are also a Marvel
Oh, perfect.
podcast. And I'm like, right now, yes.
hmm
In 2 months, no. So
Right, no.
I love that for me. But it's
Eventually,
great. I talk about
Free
movies.
Guy.
Eventually, yes. Eventually. Did you say Free Guy?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I will be talking about Free Guy.
Yeah.
Do not ask me when. I have not figured out anything.
See, that's how it.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
am-
it starts. Because like when I made my like pop culture TikTok, it just ended up being just like all Marvel.
Same.
It's such an easy area to
Yeah.
get into
Gets-
first
It gets
because
the views. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it
gets
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 you
the
get
views.
consumed in
Get
it,
Get the
yeah.
numbers.
and there's
It
so
does.
many fans that they're like, I feel like we
I like
all
the
collectively
attention.
jump on
Yeah.
top of Marvel stuff.
Me too,
We're all
Victoria.
like, oh my God, more content.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder what's gonna happen for the next 4 months. I think I'm good because I'll just be talking about Robbie Reyes for 4 months.
Oh no.
I'll
Nick
just be
is
talking about
fine.
DC
Yeah, so-
probably. I'll
Um,
probably have rant about Batman.
I
Oh.
I watch a lot
Best
of movies.
Batman.
I'm fine. I've watched so many movies this week already. It's great. I'll be okay.
Danielle's in our chat and says that
Hey, Danielle.
Marvelous Johnny has Marvel in your name, so you have to talk about Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. DC also
It's
has
true.
the character of Captain Marvel as well.
Yeah, but-
So
Mm.
that's why
They're
I made the
like-
name Marvelous.
Temporarily. That's fine. It works. It still works. It's
It
good.
works.
Yeah.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
Does that mean I have to still talk about Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
24/7.
hey, but
Definitely.
what's going on?
Granted, the Star Wars comics is under Marvel, so
That's
True.
It
And yeah,
is.
technically,
True.
League of Legends is under Marvel, so that's pretty sick.
Yeah, so is Attack on Titans to an
Yeah, isn't that
extent.
pretty
A lot
sick?
of things. It's fine. It's fine.
Isn't
I don't
that
know why this made me
disco?
think of it. Nick, we
What?
were all supposed to watch Arcane.
Oh yeah,
Were
And
we?
what happened? Well,
holidays.
I don't know. There was one call. I don't know which call this was, but then he brought up
Yeah.
Arcane. I said I
Yeah,
hadn't
we were
watched
supposed to
it.
watch it, but then I'm
I
focusing on
haven't
the
watched
show
it yet.
now.
But we'll do it
Exactly.
eventually
We were
over
gonna- we were
our
gonna watch it together.
sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where
Alright,
will we watch
Oh yeah,
it,
where are we
guys?
gonna watch that?
I wonder.
Wow,
It's
what
going
a
a bit
great
out of
segue.
order, but
You're welcome.
we will be watching on Stream Lounge.
Stream
who
Lounge.
we have
yay.
been. Yeah, honestly, I haven't used it yet, but these people have used it for Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Yes,
was
it's
it fun?
fun,
Did you
actually.
like it?
It was
Yeah.
good.
How was it?
It was
Give us the
fun.
tea.
And if y'all missed it, it saves it so you can just go back to the Voices of Atlas and watch it with us
Yeah. Go.
anytime you want. And that is
Hell
the
yeah.
best part.
How's everyone's been? I think it's been
It's
been
been
really long time since we've all not a really
Binned.
long time since we last talked to each other, but it's been a long time since we binned.
Yeah.
But how's everyone's been?
Oh man,
Oh,
Some
everyone's
of
Christmas
December.
week and all that.
I've had.
I feel like a beach ball with my bin.
Yeah.
I've been eating a lot.
I've been
Christmas
working.
has been bountiful of food.
A lot of
and-
leftovers in my fridge right now. So.
My
Yeah.
caps froze. Thank you, snow in BC.
Yeah, it's like 3-4 degrees here.
Right.
What
Positive.
the frick?
What?
There's no snow.
That's
That's
made
the
me-
opposite.
Hold up. It is currently
Have fun.
it is
Vancouver.
What
negative
is it
5
for
right
us?
now. It's
Yep.
-5, but that does not account for wind chill.
I'm
So I'm
sorry.
guessing it's
Oh my
actually,
god, Laiba, what the
negative
hell?
10.
You're in
Minus
Calgary. It's-
21 here. Yeah.
That's expected in August.
You know
2
what?
days ago,
Alberta
it was
is still
minus
different.
30.
Is that Celsius? Is that?
Yeah.
Or
Celsius, yeah.
All
Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
Fahrenheit.
We don't do Fahrenheit.
Celsius.
Nick,
Ah,
what
okay.
would it be in Fahrenheit
Oh, I don't know.
for our
dude.
American
It's
listeners?
like 63 out there. That's
No.
Right now
That's
for you?
wrong. I think
Hey.
it's like
10.
I
really-
think for Vancouver, it's
It's about
12. That is just a
I
guess.
could try to do math, but I'm not gonna.
Well,
Or-
32 is 0.
Oh,
Okay, so
Look, guys.
yeah, that,
The
that
rest
works.
of the rest of the world is wrong for using Celsius. Obviously.
No, America
No.
America
No.
is wrong.
Sorry.
can't
You
win
really
here.
want to get into
You
this
can't win here.
discussion?
Do you
with
really
poor
want to do this? Because
Canadians?
keep in mind, we still have a gaslight
No,
section for
no.
you.
It's
I
fine.
do.
Don't worry about it.
Fuck
Let's move
it.
on. Let's move on. Laiba, where
But-
can you find our podcast?
I don't know. Where can we find our podcast? We can find our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Google Podcasts, which apparently is a
Yeah.
thing I did not know, and YouTube if you want to see our beautiful faces, or
Yeah.
you could just come on Twitch and
Right
just watch our
here.
beautiful faces all over again, right here.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hey,
And leave
here.
us 5-star reviews
and leave us
only.
5-star reviews only.
As far as
Yeah.
we're aware, no one has left us another review yet, and honestly, I'm a little bit offended.
I'm
Aw.
sad.
Leave us a review, guys.
We'll give
Come
you a
on.
little shout out.
later.
Come on.
I will burn your house
Going
down.
back, going back. to
Okay,
where
then there, Nick.
Ooh,
No.
save the arson till later.
Since last episode, Nick unfortunately wasn't able to make it.
Yeah,
I
sorry
had the-
guys.
Amazing opportunity to go to the Soup's No Way Home event.
Yeah.
So you want to
Good
tell us
soup.
about that?
Yeah, that was
Story time with Nick.
Story time with Nick. God. Okay, first off, I saw Spider-Man like 4 times in theaters.
Same here.
Technically I didn't pay for any of them.
Times.
So that was fun. The
So
first
what I'm
time
here is you haven't paid back Tyler yet.
No, I did.
Then you did pay.
No, yeah, I guess, but like not really. Anyway, I'll explain all that in a second. Basically, the first time I saw it was at the Soups event, which was in Burbank. It's about like an hour away from me. Movie we'll talk about how I feel about it later. But everybody who went, that was so much fun. Like I got to meet so many like amazing people. I think I knew more people than I thought I would. Cause like I saw
Amanda just
Coconoli, I saw
vibing.
Amanda just vibing. I saw Coconoli. I saw New to Marvel. I saw Straw Hat. I saw Soups. I saw everybody. Literally everybody who said they went. I saw everybody.
Did you see Stoobs?
I saw Stoobs. Yeah, Stoobs was there too.
Hey.
And my theory was correct. Everyone's just tall. Everyone is just freakishly tall.
Yeah, no, I remember you were saying that,
yeah,
and I was like, "That's a lie."
Amanda's
Are
tall.
they taller than me?
I don't know. Just like
I
Did you
feel
bring a
like
measuring
you
tape
could-
with you?
You could hold your own against them.
probably yeah.
I will look like a munchkin whenever I get to meet him.
I will make
I know,
everyone
I know,
else look
same.
like a munchkin.
yeah, but
No,
everyone,
he already does.
everyone was like so tall. But it was really great to meet everybody, especially Amanda. Like I gave her some Loki and WandaVision stickers, so that was fun. I brought
She sent me pictures of the stickers you gave her
Yeah.
and the bingo cards you printed out
yeah,
for everyone
yeah,
from
and
me.
I-
And it was the sweetest message
Yeah.
back.
it was fun. She was like absolute pleasure to meet. Everyone else we were all just like so hyped to be there. It's like I
What
can't.
was the energy in the room?
Bro, it was.
Oh, man,
Oh
that
my
was
god, dude!
phenomenal.
It's like,
Soup screaming at the top of his lungs.
well, like he
feel
had
like
he
it's-
had went to the premiere, so he saw it on Monday. That was like the 13th, I
Yeah.
think, and then we saw it on the
Yeah.
15th, which was on a Wednesday. So the energy in that room was like wild, and when we get to like the details of the movie, I'll tell you like how I reacted like when we got there. But man, it was like I was in a different dimension. Like everyone was so excited. Everyone was there to party. Everyone was there to rock, man. Like everyone, it was so I can't even describe it. It was amazing. Like aside from the movie, just like everybody there was having an amazing time, and that was like the funnest part. And then after the whole movie, we all like hung out outside the theater and we all like talked. I got to talk to Straw Hat, Stoops. I got to talk to literally everybody, and it was such a blast. It's like a one in a lifetime opportunity, honestly. Okay, like
Way to brag.
well, like you know how we said earlier, it's like, oh, you guys were just like a top half to me. Like I got to see everybody like be a
Bottom
person.
half.
Yeah, it's like
You
I
gotta
don't
see
know
their
why I would say
bottoms.
that.
You gotta see their bottoms, people.
But like everyone's a person. You're like freaking out. And you're like, this is weird. Like this is. I've only ever seen you on my phone, you know, and like you get to see
You're
people.
so
and you're like,
tiny.
That's
You
so
know,
trippy.
It's
It
surreal,
really is a
though.
trippy feeling. I got to meet Liz earlier this
Uh-huh.
year, and a
Yeah.
handful of people like Eden, Hanno, and just Joey, and I also hung out with my friend Montana a whole bunch, and I met them all on TikTok,
Mhm.
and it's wild.
Mhm.
Also, like just like realizing they're like real people, just connecting on
Yeah.
different things, and just like that's not just the little bit of like media content that we
Right.
put out on like
Mhm.
the internet. I'm like.
Um,
But also shout out to Liz from Stark Radio because
yeah, Liz.
she's the bomb.
the best.
Liz is absolutely amazing. She is one of the many reasons why we even have this podcast.
Yeah, she helped a
so.
lot. When we
Thank you
first
so
All the
started.
love to
much,
Liz.
But like just to conclude, like everybody was super great. It was so funny. It was like after the movie, like yeah, we had talked about the movie, but like I think I was just so fascinated with like meeting everybody. Like we were just talking about like other stuff. I found out me and Amanda have the same wedding date, and I think that's cool. She got
That's
married
freaking
I think, like
cool.
3 or 4 years before, but like we have the same wedding date. I think that's funny.
And honeymoon.
Yeah, we're like secretly living the same life. So
I love
Yeah.
that.
Variants of each other.
we're just variants of each other. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, shout out especially to Amanda. Thanks for making my time over there super fun.
We love you, Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda.
We love you, Amanda. I love Amanda.
Yeah, the
She's
best.
amazing. I hope she's doing well.
No, she's yeah.
All right, before we fully dive into the topic of the episode, I recommend, obviously Danielle is doing it to interact with the chat. She said that she is not coming to Canada.
Yeah.
Wants to
Okay,
go
Well,
to
well,
Seattle.
hold up. First of all, the statement was also made for us to come to Seattle, which I'm
Yeah.
down for.
I'm
that.
on board
Seattle's
with. I'll do
I'm
it.
always on board for a Seattle.
I
trip.
miss Seattle.
Me and Ellie
so
are really
much.
close to Seattle.
Okay.
We
I
are.
miss it.
Hannah was supposed to come up from Seattle
Wow.
like
Okay, well,
a few days
now
ago, but she got
can't.
snowed in.
Oh.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I don't even know
Crazy.
the border situation with COVID, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
we-
I think it's still open.
is it
If they're
okay?
still
But
open,
the thing is, I don't
can I
know
go
if we
down
can
and
go
come
out
back?
to eat. That's the only problem. Like, I don't think we could go out to eat because she doesn't like because in America they're not doing the whole like passport
Yeah.
situation.
Mm.
Mm.
I don't really know.
Which
Maybe
we-
we can get takeout and sit in the snow, but I don't.
Hey, that's fun.
I don't want to do that.
Which is PSA
I'm
for
down.
everybody.
That's a no for
Please
me.
wear your mask, get vaccinated, be considerate of the people around you, and tell someone you love them today. That's our message.
And
from
stay
the
home
Voice
if you
of Atlas.
can.
Yeah, stay
I
home
love
if you
all
can.
4 of you.
Yeah. There you go.
Aw.
Aw, thanks, Johnny.
Aw.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've been being really mean to Johnny, but I love you, Johnny.
You mean to me? How?
Don't worry about it.
I think a couple days back I was
Like,
being
wait
mean
a
to Johnny.
second.
Okay,
I feel
well,
like
in that
it's
case,
time
I'll
to
be
be
mean
mean
back
to Nick,
after the show.
'cause-
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna be mean during the show, and I was like,
No.
Johnny
I mean, I'm going to
threatened
make
to
you
make
two cry.
Ellie and I
so,
cry.
that
I
But-
did.
takes no effort.
For everyone at home listening right now, I did make a bet with Ellie and Laiba saying that if I can't make both of them cry during today's show, I will owe them both a boba.
Oh, a boba. Just one boba. Just
I completely
One
forgot
boba.
about that
Imagine,
one. Yeah,
Lem, you're going to go out your front door. Is going to be a little boba on your back.
I will not
He's
cry.
gonna put it in the straw.
Laiba,
and it's
what's
gonna,
your what's your address?
It's like spitballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have done that with boba, and it's fun.
My mom,
It
my
is
mom did
fun.
that to me. Salted the bobas. But Nick, before we get started, do you know what this is? Hold on, I need to turn it
No,
around.
no,
Do
no,
you know
no,
what
no.
this
What is
is?
that? It's a beanie, right?
No.
No, what is that?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
say anything.
It's,
I have the best prop.
do you guys like put your snowballs in there
Will this help you?
and
Oh.
throw at each other? No. What is it? Lululemon. I know what Lululemon
No,
is.
Read the
not the
top word.
Lululemon part.
Nick,
The first word.
come on.
What
Tokyo?
does that say?
Tokyo?
No,
What is that?
no. Do you require
I don't like this
assistance?
segment, guys. This is not funny. This isn't fun.
I don't know if I can put mine on. Mine has my
That's a
tools on
beanie.
it, so I'm covering
You
it.
told me that's a
No,
beanie.
no, it's not.
It's a sn-
It's
As a
No,
snow
a
cap?
beanie's
As
a
they
lot
call-
longer.
So what is that? What is that then?
toque.
It's called a
toque.
toque.
It's a
That's what
beanie,
we call
guys.
it.
That's a
No,
beanie.
no, no, no.
We call it a beanie.
No.
So
There's
what-
a difference.
Wait,
there is a
There
difference.
is a difference.
I
We
do have a
do have
beanie, and then I
beanies.
have a toque.
They are literally
Exactly.
the same thing.
They are not the same
No.
thing.
That's like the difference between like a
Mine was
Velcro shoe
literally
and like a
labeled
regular shoe.
toque.
It's still a shoe.
Wait, no. What
No.
did Nick say for it? Toque?
Yeah, Toke.
Yeah, she's a toque.
Hi.
We're putting that on a shirt.
Danielle, back me up. That's a beanie, man. That's just straight up a beanie. You guys are lying to me.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, there is a difference.
Toque.
Or as Nick said, it's a toque.
Nick,
Toque.
Nick, it's
also
revenge for
spelled
Avatar's not.
T-O-Q-U-E.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, you know how like every Ghost Rider has a spirit of vengeance. This is my spirit of vengeance right here.
Yeah.
This is.
You know what? You know what?
Possessing
Nick?
your brother?
You can't threaten us with spoiling No Way Home anymore. You have nothing on us.
We've
Yeah.
all seen it.
I'm gonna.
Maybe
okay, I'm gonna
that's why we
manifest.
banned you
I'm gonna
last
manifest this on this podcast for the first time. I will be at the Ghost Rider premiere event. I don't know how. If there even going to be one. I'm
Well,
gonna
no,
be there.
we know how. We're going
Ah.
to get our dear friend Gabrielle Luna
Oh yeah.
Gabe.
Good old
to invite
Gabe.
you personally.
Good old Gabe,
Yeah,
man.
Gabe.
Can I
He's
manifest
coming
while at
back.
it that I get invited to Shang-Chi too? Because
Yeah.
I feel like I got
we're
it by
gonna,
this
And
we're
our
gonna-
good friend.
We're gonna web
Simu.
our way through that. We're gonna web our way into the premiere.
One of us must
I-
know him personally by the end of
I'm
the year.
manifesting that Nick and Johnny interview during a red carpet.
Ooh, wouldn't that be
super
wild?
soon.
This is
You know
all-
what?
Yes.
It
And
would
then
just-
Victoria and Ellie and I are just gonna be cheering them like moms.
No,
would-
literally.
It would just
It's
be me.
great.
Yeah, but hey, give a little what's going on.
No, Nick.
Need
If we
any
pull up
drinks,
to the
snacks,
red carpet
coffees?
premiere for Ghost Rider, we're doing it in a hell charger.
Yeah.
We're
I'll
doing
walk
it
in the house
right.
like, hey, Gabe, can I sit in the hill charger real quick?
I want Nick's suit to have like flames.
Oh
like,
man,
on the
that's
sleeve.
good. I've
We'll just
thought-
say this
Good
before
guy
the end of the
here,
year, Nick
same.
will end up with a Robbie Reyes jacket.
Oh yeah, that's the end of the year. That's 3 days away. That's tomorrow actually.
I'm like, that's not even 3 days.
So
I
unless-
forgot how many days we have
Unless
left.
I get
Never mind,
2,000
I've
more
seen it.
followers on TikTok, it's not gonna happen.
Before the end of January?
I don't know. I'm hopeful.
I'll say that.
By 2022.
By 2022 for sure. That
Yeah,
that
by
jacket's gonna be mine.
100%.
So in 2 days, yes.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Exactly.
Wait, was that the
Alright.
Canadian knowledge test,
Let's go,
Laiba?
let's go.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
Oh,
do one every
I mean,
episode.
Johnny, do you have a question for?
Do you have one?
I don't have a question. I mean, I had a question, but I'm not going to use it now. I want to save it now.
We'll
But
Okay.
save
Nick,
it for
Yeah,
next week.
I do have some information to tell Nick, though.
Oh, okay.
Remember that weird snowy dude we were sending you?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name's actually not Lac du Bonnet. His name's just Bonhomme. We were lying to you.
What is? I don't like this game.
He was
guys.
gassed.
I'm being gaslit
We're
constantly.
gaslighting.
He is, in fact,
This is my
not
spirit of
a
vengeance.
scary, murderous.
I want that on a shirt. This is my spirit of vengeance, and then the Canadian flag in the back. And then
On fire?
yes. No, I think that's
Blasphemous.
He's
but yeah.
he's just a happy little chonky white guy.
See, I was
Yeah.
Not like white guy, but
Michelin
like
looking
he's-
man.
I was so confused. I was
Like a
like,
Michelin
Part of
why are
the
so many of
Quebec
these,
Winter Festival.
why are so many of these
No, yeah,
people-
you can Google it. It's completely innocent and a little horrifying still, but it's fine.
Still horrifying to look
It's
at,
happy.
nonetheless.
It's happy.
Yeah, it's meant to be happy.
vibes. He's a
Let's-
friendly snowman.
Girl
Let's
boss,
move on to the movie.
gaslight.
Okay. All right. So we are going to be diving into Spider-Man No Way Home. Massive spoiler warning. I'm gonna change my background now.
If you
'cause
haven't
I
seen
got-
it, get out now and
Go-
go see it,
go
then come
now.
back, people.
go now.
If you
'cause I'm
haven't seen
posting
it
a
yet-
spoiler.
Or if you're listening, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get the spoilers anyway, but
That's true.
True.
you won't be spoiled by the backgrounds.
Just listen to this podcast while you watch the movie and see.
Yeah,
Well, I just realized yours is photoshopped.
I know
Yeah.
it is Photoshop.
Yeah,
I just
did-
realized
So
that's
it's
what
not
I
a
told
spoiler.
you. It's
fake.
not a spoiler because it's Photoshop.
Fake news. There was
It's
definitely
Photoshop,
one
but-
Spider-Man all movie.
Mhm.
Only
Mhm.
only
Mhm.
one, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's Peter Parker, but don't know who
Yeah.
it is.
Peter
Anyway,
Peter Parker. It's only
it's
white
Peter
guys.
Parker.
White guys.
Um,
Kind of is.
before we get started, once again, let's talk about Victoria's dream.
Oh yeah.
Tell us
Victoria,
your
you have a
dream.
detail.
Yes.
Story time,
So
Victoria.
apparently, according to my notes app, on December 1st, I had a dream of the entire plot of No Way Home.
Oh.
And I took notes to see how much of it was accurate. And one of these things is completely accurate. I'm going to save it to the end, but I'm going to give you a little gist of what the dream was. Apparently, there's a big earthquake. Their kids were in schools. Everybody, all the kids managed to survive. But Peter was like, couldn't really do much because he wasn't in a Spider-Man costume, which doesn't really make sense because they knew he was Spider-Man at that point, but it's a dream. Yeah, no, like my next point was, I don't know why he didn't do anything because people knew it was him. So I assumed it was probably after the spell was taking place. Things kept glitching around the world, like the barista would change mid-sentence, whatever. Didn't happen. I'm gonna skip the next one because I actually got that right. People are just glitching in and out, and then there's a whole bunch of other Spider-Mans that came in.
Mhm.
So the other white boy Spider-Mans, and there was an MJ variant as a Spider-Man,
Oh, cool.
and the face to the body and the
rat.
name I put to it was one of my cosplay mutuals at KT Marie.
Ah.
She does a fabulous
love
Spider-Man
KT.
cosplay, and
Yeah.
she was in the dream as MJ Spider-Man.
Aw.
Because
I love her.
that sounds so cool,
It does,
isn't it? And then bad guys, and at some point somebody mentioned Matt Murdock, and everyone was like freaking out. I was in the dream at that point. And
Were
I
you
was
were
freaking
you
out.
like in the theater watching this movie, or were you just like
No.
experiencing these events?
No, I was
She was in the
experiencing
movie.
it, but then
Oh,
I was
okay, got it.
also in it for the Matt Murdock part because I
you-
was fangirling.
Got it. Okay.
And basically that. But the part I got right was Ned, for some reason, has a Spider-Man HQ at his place. Peter pops by while he's on the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That was pretty
I don't know
accurate.
how I
mean,
got that as a part of it. but
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
technically
She's psychic.
reading the spoilers if you dreamt it?
No.
Right?
No?
No.
Because
Right?
it's like,
Spoiled
it's like
myself.
having
No,
a
because-
theory.
Because that's like next level.
Well, now I'm
That's-
trying to
It's
figure out what you
so-
got right.
It's so accurate.
Like there's rumors, there's leaks, and then there's Victoria's dreams, and that's where
It's
that's
just
as
I
close.
crossed-
And that,
Those
that's
are the
as
most
close
reliable.
to canon as you
It's
can
like
possibly.
having
We
get.
don't
Deja
talk
vu.
about Victoria.
We don't talk about Victoria.
we don't
We don't talk about
Victoria.
Victoria. This is my spirit of vengeance. This is.
I love it.
But yeah, no, the whole Ned thing,
Yeah.
and Peter's popping. Didn't say which one. Peter popped by.
There's
Couple of them
only
did.
one Peter
Ooh.
Parker.
A lot of Peters pop by in your dream, I'm assuming.
Yeah. No, a few Peters pop by. I mean,
See?
and we also had the MJ. So
All
There you
right.
go.
Love MJ.
Victoria's
Yeah, we
Psychic,
did.
everybody. You heard it here first in the voice of Atlas.
Clairvoyance right there.
Oh yeah, Victoria Voyance.
Victoria Blaine.
I've been saving this
Coining
from
a new
TikTok.
term.
I'm gonna probably post about it after,
Yeah, you
but
have to.
Yeah, you
Uh,
should.
Flip
Yeah.
it, post it, done.
Yes.
still got a timestamp. I have not edited this.
Notes
app. This
notes
dream.
app for the
Okay.
proof.
All right. Finally, we're getting into Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Mhm.
Once again, spoiler warning. But who is everybody's favorite live action? And first of all, no judgment here. There's no judgment in the Voices of Atlas
Safe.
crew.
Safe
We
place.
don't
I
judge
don't
each
know what
other.
judging is.
I think that's a
Safe place.
lie.
You guys say that as you
we
gaslight me with Canadian facts. That's
Okay,
not
that we
fair.
gaslight you because you're American, not because you like a certain Spider-Man.
Anyway,
There's a
go on.
difference.
Just
Let's
like
move
we
on.
have our reasons.
We do not discriminate based on somebody's favorite Spider-Man.
No,
But
you're
who
wrong.
is everybody's favorite live action Spider-Man and favorite film, like Spidey film before No Way
Mhm.
Home?
Mhm. I'll go first. Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man. It's a great film. I think it's perfect. I think it's still number one in the live actions for me. I think.
Even
So,
after No Way Home?
maybe actually. I'm
Okay.
not good at rankings, but you know,
Oh,
Hot
okay.
damn!
I do think it explores like Peter's life in a different dynamic that isn't like completely like zany and weird. You know, like.
Mm.
I just feel like it's real, so I enjoy that a lot. And then the
Mhm.
chemistry between him and Gwen in that movie is like
Favorite thing.
insane.
Painful.
Like nothing
Beautiful.
beats that relationship like at all. So it's
So
like,
cute.
and like I've
They're
heard the
so
criticisms like, oh, it's so high school and like they're so wishy washy. It's like that's literally
That's
the
high
point.
school.
The
That is
point.
literally
Yeah.
the point.
It's
If you were to
young
see me in
love.
high school, that was
Yeah.
kind of me.
And it's like again, like I'm a hopeless romantic for that kind of shit. So it's just like, oh
Hey.
man, like
Right down to the
It's
back
good.
snap.
I was gonna say something, but never mind.
they were like on and
Keep
off,
going.
on and off. Yeah, that's my.
Yeah.
That's
What were
my
you gonna say?
That's my guy, dude. I do have one question. I don't know how the fuck he fits all of that hair in that mask. It's
Right?
Okay,
literally impossible.
That's a valid question.
How does he take it off and his hair is
Okay,
And
it's
perfect?
how
gotta
does it
be
still
like
look
a
so
swim
beautiful?
Maybe.
It has to be like a swim cap
I don't know.
situation.
You know
Well,
what? I
like
want
his
that.
his suit is like made of basketball material. Like that's the suit
That's
also
the
is
first
not
one.
the best.
That's definitely for the
That's
first one.
valid, yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, like love.
Was it
the-
latex? Latex. Wait, no,
Sure.
spandex.
Spandex.
It's like-
Spandex.
Lycra is
Lycra?
spandex.
No, it's
but,
Spalding.
you know.
the basketball Spalding. Anyway, that's mine.
He got it at
Anyway.
Lululemon.
Yeah, maybe he has a toque underneath.
A toque. Yeah,
Toque.
exactly.
A
Toque, yeah. He knows how to live.
He would
anyway.
wear a toque.
Living his
What's your
best life,
favorite-
okay?
What was your favorite moment in that said Spider-Man film?
Um,
Like, did you have a certain one? I have a favorite.
Oh
moment
man, it's the
from
moment
both
he
too.
asked out Gwen in the hallway. That's my favorite. I love that one. That's so cute. It's just like
I love what
because it's just like you can't script that, man. I don't know
Because
what.
he's so like awkward and it's
yeah,
so
it's like
charming.
Yes, I just get every time I think about it, I was like, I don't know how he did that. Like he's such a great actor. It just made me believe that moment. You know?
I love
classically
Andrew.
trained.
Yeah. So
What a
he's a magical
Little
man.
darling.
just
Alright.
wow.
I'm-
I'm so happy
I'm
people are giving
living-
him the attention now.
Yeah, I'm living for this resurgence of Andrew Garfield, and that's
I never understood. I mean, maybe because I didn't watch Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I never really understood the hate of like why they didn't like him as Peter Parker because he.
Right.
I mean, I guess
It
I'll
was
go next.
ridiculous.
I
was my
blame the
favorite
Toby
live action.
nostalgia.
no. Well, I think 2 also is just awful. Like 2's like not thematically wise, but like 2 narratively wise is just like really bad. It's really hard to like. It has a lot of great moments, but none of those moments like connect with each other. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I never actually saw Gwen die.
Oh,
She's alive. In
you don't know the
my
trauma.
That is
heart
that's called
and
self-care.
in my mind.
Oh
I've
my
seen
God.
the clips. and
Oh, so you
stuff,
like
but,
being
like,
happy, Victoria? I'm so happy for you.
Yeah,
The only
I do
person
like being
in this
happy,
entire
but-
group.
But yeah, Andrew is my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was never really. I mean, I like Tom as Spider-Man. I didn't really have the emotional connection to Toby, but I remember seeing that one, I think in theaters, and I'm like, I really like this movie. I didn't rewatch any of the Spider-Man movies before going to it, so I'm going off of like many years ago, but it could be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I really like Emma Stone and her as Gwen.
Yeah.
Especially in
Yeah.
that. There's like something about that dynamic. I really liked it.
They were dating at the time, I think.
I
that-
think so too.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But yeah, like I'm like, I can't say any other, like if it has to be live action, I can't think of another one because I didn't really like Homecoming. I liked moments of Homecoming. Far From Home also wasn't crazy
Mhm.
about. So I'm like, which one is it?
Yeah.
It's got to be the Amazing Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
I can't recall a moment other than I just like Emma Stone.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next? Who are we exposing
Yeah.
now?
Who's next? Who's it? Who's it gonna
Ellie?
be? It's gonna be
You want me
Johnny.
to?
I'll go next.
Ellie.
Go Ellie,
Yeah.
because I feel like Johnny's gonna ruin the whole vibe.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I have
Keep it
valid
like,
opinions.
none of them.
Go
I
ahead.
like them.
Ellie, go.
We ask you
Okay.
your
Go,
favorite,
Ellie.
we tell you it's wrong.
Wait, this is live action, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or else I
Andrew,
wouldn't choose.
Duh. Andrew Garfield, of course, has had my whole heart since 2012 when I watched The Amazing Spider-Man in theaters. And then before No Way Home, The Amazing Spider-Man, I think, was definitely my favorite live action.
Oh God, I'm breaking the chain.
Yeah.
How dare
Yeah.
you?
I knew.
How
Group
dare
thing.
I
you know
knew.
what? Actually, no.
Hey,
I
no
think I know
judgment
which one
free-
you're about
judgment
to
free
say.
zone.
I think I know which one you're gonna say.
Do you, Ellie? Because I
Judgment-free
I
zone.
did talk to you about this. Like,
Yeah.
for everyone at home, me and Ellie did watch all 5, 6,
Yes.
7 prior
7.
Spider-Man
How
live
is that?
action films before
It
No
was
Way Home came
horrible.
out.
I
I
cried.
know it was very entertaining for me.
Yeah, well,
Ellie
yeah,
was
for
very
you.
emotional, and I'm not going to
Wait,
say
can I
which
change my
Spider-Man
answer? My favorite Spider-Man is Venom from Venom.
He's
Yeah, that
technically not a
counts.
Spider-Man yet, right?
It's fine. It counts.
Okay, yeah, we'll move on. Yeah, you know what?
I'll say
that's valid.
Eddie Brock and Venom. Tom Hardy. Venom 1.
Yeah.
Danielle must be cheering in the comments from that.
Oh yeah, she's living for it.
All right, so my favorite Spidey does definitely jump between Andrew and Tom Holland for sure. After this movie, I will say it's Tom. Before this movie, I will hands down give it to Andrew. And funny enough, when Amazing Spider-Man 1 came out, I remember coming out of the theater like, no, this isn't that great. It wasn't like the Raimi films. And then as I got older and less stupid, I realized, nope, that was better than the Raimi films to an extent. But yeah, and then as for my favorite Spider-Man film, anyone want to take a guess besides Ellie?
Spider-Man 3.
No.
Spider-Man 2.
God, no.
Spider-Man
Could
2.
you imagine?
No,
Spider-Man
it's
2.
Homecoming.
That's fair.
You know, fair.
I love
There's good
Homecoming.
moments in there.
It is such like Nick, like everyone here to some extent has read a comic. Like you just know those comics are just one shots that are just one and dones. They're nice, quick little feel good stories. That's what Homecoming was to me. That's what I needed out of a Spider-Man film for after 5 films of I'm sad, let me deal with my emotions and all stuff. I just wanted a Spider-Man who was happy, who like there were consequences for some of what he did, and there were down moments, but at the end of the day, it was a feel-good film, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, that
on a
was
good
John
note,
Watts'
too.
like intention
Exactly.
too, though, with it.
Exactly. And it ended on
A
such a
coming
funny
of
note.
age film.
Exactly.
That movie does have my favorite moment in the the MCU where you find out Liz's father is the Vulture.
Yes.
I remember
Yeah, I
being
love that
so
moment.
stressed out in the theater.
I was like,
my jaw has never dropped so hard for a moment
It's
like
such
that.
a good
I
vibe.
love it
The
when
use
they're
of
in the
lighting.
car.
Yeah, and you
So
literally
good.
I
feel it.
love the tension.
The air is
So
thick. You could literally feel everything. I was like, I remember watching it and I was just like, I feel so stupid. I feel so dumb that like I didn't see it because it's like those details like you
It's
think
right
like you can
there.
catch
It was
right?
kind of obvious, but like you didn't want it to
Yeah,
be
because
true.
you didn't want to believe it, and that's what made it so great. And then it happened, and you're like, "Holy shit! I'm living in this moment right now." I remember like my like I watched it with my fiance, and we were like clutching each other because we were like, "What the fuck And that moment lasted until he got into the school and he ran. And I was like, that's like a Spider-Man
Let's go,
moment.
Spidey.
Yeah, like,
That's the moment.
and he didn't like
I think
hesitate.
that's why I like
Mhm.
Vulture as a villain
Oh, Vulture was
too
great as a
for
villain. I like Vulture.
Tom's
Yeah.
Spider-Man because I'm like, even though he's a Tony Stark villain, and Tony Stark is like kind of a villain in
Yeah,
it too.
fuck Tony Stark.
Like it's like the fact that there's a connection with like Liz
yeah,
and like it's her dad,
makes it
and
so
I'm like,
special.
this is so classic. This is so cheesy, and it's the best kind
It was
of like
such a good
cheese.
film.
We're getting off track. Laiba, what's your favorite?
My favorite Spider-Man is obviously Andrew.
Yeah, we're all
Out of
Andrews
soft spot
here.
of my heart.
We all
I was-
appreciate Andrew here.
We're all the
I was so scared that I would be the only one who liked Andrew, but I
nah.
love Andrew.
No.
Definitely
Best.
not.
I love him.
My favorite Spider-Man, but my favorite Spider-Man movie, I'm gonna be breaking the chain here, is
Thank God.
Spider-Man 3.
You
I
know
don't know
what?
how
Lava,
you're
you
not
get me-
quick, but I'm
You
glad
get
I'm
me
not
with all these
quick
movies. You got
moment.
Rocky 4, Spider-Man 3.
That
Okay.
quick moment though, because me and Ellie were discussing this. Fucking respect to Topher Grace. That man understood the
Oh
assignment
man, I love
of
Topher
the
so
film.
much.
Yeah,
He
My
is
favorite
good
part
as
of,
Eddie
like,
Brock.
that Venom.
That's
Oh,
wild.
he
Yeah,
nailed
I-
it. He bodied that role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Find
for
religion.
some reason, just love Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It doesn't
as much
have
as
to
I
make
did
sense. You just gotta vibe with it.
That
You
is
like
true.
it, you like it.
I did a Spider-Man marathon with a bunch of my friends. So we split it into 2 days. We watched all of Toby's next day, Andrew's, and then Tom's. But for Andrew's, we did skip
Two.
Amazing Spider-Man 2
Yeah.
just because like
Ow.
we were running out of time.
Yeah.
But I was watching Toby's, and I have a soft spot for Toby because he's been like a part of my entire family's lives for like so long. But Andrew, but I love Spider-Man 3. I don't know, it's something about it's really like theatery.
This-
it's like really
this
like
bring-
It is
musical
Wait,
theater.
hang on,
theatrical.
because like this, you saw Andrew Garfield at the theater when you went to go see Dune, so this that probably just makes that moment like way better. Because man,
Can you imagine seeing him though and then whispering in his ear like, I like Spider-Man 3 the best? Like give him a slap in the face.
Destroy this man's entire happiness.
I know you're Peter 3.
I do love the campaigning for an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah,
I'm
It
so
has
for
to
it.
happen.
Victoria, as
Yes,
someone who
this man
loves Venom,
deserves
would you
it.
be okay with it if Venom was in that Amazing Spider-Man universe instead?
If it's Tom Hardy, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I feel like it
Yes.
has to be Tom Hardy.
I
By this
can't.
point, yes.
It has to. I know there are theories, and I put it on some of my bingo cards that I handed out for
Ooh,
Via
I should
Nick.
pull up mine.
yeah.
at the Soups event with Flash potentially getting Venom.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be funny, but it's not the same
That'd be
Venom.
really funny.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say that.
All right.
Just
Not
like how
my
Carnage
Venom.
was a different symbiote, even though it's Venom's baby. I feel like it's like that.
Danielle is like, give him Deadpool, and honestly, I would to see that dynamic.
Would be wild.
Oh,
To
yes.
see
yes.
that dynamic. Oh,
Andrew
my God.
and Deadpool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd be
Oh,
so
they
for
can
it.
make out.
I'm for
Literally.
it.
Man, I love it.
And
I
I am
need to see it.
100% pro Biter-Man.
I'm pretty sure
I
all of
feel
us
like
on
we
here
all
are.
I mean, Andrew is the most.
Is
And,
it?
I mean,
Stop
if it has to be
with
anyone,
that.
it has to be Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Can't
no,
be
he
anyone
is
else.
Biter-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. it
The
has
other
to-
ones are
it's
too straight, I'm
Definitely.
sorry.
Yeah. No. Straight. Yeah.
They're very
100%
straight.
agree.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, dude.
Tom Holland's
Pan.
could almost, but no, that's a straight boy.
Tom Holland's too young.
Tom Holland, I
All
just
right.
realized this.
Tom
but, like,
Holland's
Tom
my
Holland
age.
looks constantly confused. Like all
Fair.
the time. He looks confused.
Well, they don't tell him anything.
That's
so
true.
I
He
mean,
doesn't like in every scene he's always like
what's going
just
on,
like,
guys?
what?
This wasn't in the script.
They just always look confused and scared.
Hey, what are those guys doing here?
What? All right. What were everybody's thoughts before the film.
Oh,
Like, especially with everything that was happening
that was
before the movie.
super precautious.
I
I
had a
was
lot of
pessimistic as
I
fuck.
was off social media.
Oh, I
for an
was
entire
so
week.
optimistic.
You were,
I
yeah,
was
dude.
so
Laiba was
excited.
gone. Laiba like pieced out real hard.
Me too.
Yeah.
I wasn't on
Like,
anything.
Yeah,
I risked
Oh,
it
I
and I
know,
paid for it all.
Yeah, I know you texted me.
yeah.
I didn't
Like-
for everyone at home. I did not text Ellie spoilers. I'm not that
No,
terrible.
I will give him that. But he did. Well, okay, you saying you went on Twitter and immediately saw a spoiler, I was
Yeah.
like,
You're wild, dude.
I'm off.
I
I'm
deleted
gone.
Twitter
No.
like straight off my phone.
I know. I
Yeah.
locked out at everything. I was like,
I
am
had
not
like
taking
80
any
blocked
chance.
words on Twitter.
I know, me
For
too.
the
I had
week.
so many. I
I
literally
had
just
I had
last
about the
weekend blocked
same
them.
on TikTok in my own comment section too,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
just
yeah.
in case.
I
Actually the only thing that I did do for that week on social media is see my friends' Instagram stories, and once they put a thing saying like I'm gonna see it, I've refused to watch it anymore.
Yeah. I was like,
You
I'm
were
out.
banned
yeah.
from
Yeah.
me clicking on your story.
No, I know. I literally only check DMs from like my friends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those like
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
if I
did.
knew
I
you
We're all
like-
just
I
chatting.
probably
That's
would
it.
have
Like
covered
that
my
was
phone.
the
Probably
extent of my social media for that time.
Yeah, this is when you guys were harassing me about the white white poofy dude.
But
Yeah, but
yeah, I know,
whatever.
because you kept being like,
You guys were mean to me.
realize I'm seeing No Way Home before you, right?
like 2 days
Yeah.
2 days right before.
And I was like,
no,
damn
I
it.
was like, he wouldn't spoil it
Oh,
for
but
us.
you would. I would.
No,
But
but
here's the
you
thing, though.
would
I was
not.
the
That would be
ballsy one who
so-
would still send it to Nick, and then he would use you guys as a threat against me.
Listen.
You know, it was
Listen,
really
this,
funny.
this may be sidetracking a bit, but last week we witnessed the darkest side of Nick, and I've never experienced.
Wait, what did I do? Did I?
Did you black out? Like,
What
I
happened?
don't know, Nick. You
Blacked
tell
out.
me.
What did- oh
You
no! No!
tell
No!
me.
No! No! Let's not talk about this. I don't want to
no,
talk
I
about
think we
this.
need to talk about it.
Oh, Victoria!
Long
Victoria wasn't
story
here. Victoria
short-
wasn't here. Victoria. Okay, sorry, Victoria.
Yeah,
I
Victoria
gotta fill you in.
wasn't here,
Okay,
but
okay.
long
This did
story
happen.
We
Oh,
saw a very scary side of Nick that was honestly truly terrifying. He was taken over by a symbiote, is what happened.
Basically,
This is
that's
my spirit of
basically
vengeance.
what happened.
And it was terrifying. So moving on.
Wild.
For context of people at home, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Nick used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I challenged Nick
I
to a
was
duel,
literally-
and
like Johnny-
he got
I'm sorry.
so toxic, and it was hilarious. I loved it.
As
Every
proof,
single roast was on point, and I respected hard as much as it hurt.
as proof,
Oh,
as
it was
like as
perfect.
proof to show how much of like a jerk I was. Like Johnny just said, like, "Oh, I play Yu-Gi-Oh!" and I was literally about to say, "No, you don't." I was like, I was like, "Oh
Everything's not the
no!"
worse than
I
him.
could-
Because
Go ahead.
there was
go
a
ahead.
part where Johnny was about to like replay the match, right? They're about to play again. And Johnny was just getting like a little frustrated. And Nick was like, "Oh, do you want me to do an older deck?
You want me
than
to
I
use like
when I
an
was
easier deck
15?
for you?
You want me to use an easier deck?" And I
I
was
didn't-
like,
Oh
said-
my god, that was
I said,
that
I
was
was like,
too good.
"Do
Honestly,
you want me to, do you want me to play something that's like from 10 formats ago? Because I could do that. It's not that. It wouldn't be that difficult.
"You're like, yeah, it's not that hard."
It's not that hard.
I was
Sorry.
like,
I do stand by the fact, though, Nick. I won honorably because I didn't use fucking hand traps.
That's true. I mean, I don't want to talk. Let's move on. It's-
All
No,
right,
yeah, let's
moving
get back to it
on.
because I had a lot of thoughts before
Yeah,
going
yeah.
into
All right,
this
all right,
movie
all right,
because
all right.
I went on like a good hour rant in our Discord being like,
"Yeah,
it
it did."
can't actually be that good. It can't be life changing.
Oh yeah, because like
Yeah.
I
that's-
understand the hype. I understand being excited. I'm sure it's a great fan experience, but like, for what? Like, what?
this is okay because like I had
was so
seen it.
bitter. I was so tired, and I was tired of looking for tickets because I had to change my ticket plan,
Mhm.
and Cineplex wasn't showing theater times for more than the current
Yeah.
day you were on, and I'm like, do I even see this movie? Like,
Yeah.
this is so much frustration. I am off the internet. I can't do anything I like to do, and for what? For a movie that I'm not that excited for.
Yeah,
Why?
for context, I had seen it, and then Johnny had seen it, and then Laiba had seen it. And every time someone asked me about the movie, I was like, I'd be like, I'm a changed
Like-
person. Like I'm a
You
changed
can't
man.
talk
you,
about it.
that's
Yeah.
what you messaged us.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a changed
Yeah.
person. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's it. That's all I gave anybody.
But then I kept on seeing that from everybody.
Yeah, like, I'm a
and I'm like,
changed person.
it can't be that good.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
in my head, Ellie, I called you immediately after I finished my first watch of it on
Yeah,
my
it was
drive
like-
home.
It was literally like 1 a.m. I stayed up for this. I was so tired. I was ready to sleep, but I was like, no, I need to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
I'm staying
Oh,
up.
you can't talk about it without saying anything.
Yeah.
It's
Because I
so
feel like
funny.
Nick at that point when I was ranting this, because just like the Friday night, you saw
Yeah,
it 3 times.
I saw
by
it
then.
3 times already, and then you were going
Mhm.
off,
And
and I
then
was like,
Laiba and
"Yep, no,
everyone
like,
saw it, and I'm just like, I can't.
She was
You're
just-
just like trying to sympathize. You're like, like I understand.
Right.
Like,
no, because I was
whatever.
you. I was you
couldn't
before
say
the movie. I knew. I understood where you're coming from, and that's
I
completely
knew.
fair. And then it was okay. I can say this now because I thought it was really funny because your messages were there where you were like talking about it, and then you saw the movie and it was like, and then you replied back
I'm
with,
like, okay, what's
"I watched it. It's good."
It's fine.
It was so funny because like we were all trying to like obviously sympathize with Victoria and just say like it's okay, like
I'm like, okay,
It's just
fine,
a
I
movie.
get it. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
a good
at the
movie,
end-
It's a
but
good
like
movie.
it didn't
Yeah.
life change me, but like I get
Yeah.
it was going fine.
Yeah.
yeah, like at the end.
I mean, I guess it
overall,
was
it's
because
just
of
a
the fan
movie.
service, but like
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at the
No, yeah.
thing. I'm like, it didn't suck because like my expectations and like it can't be that good on its own. It just had to be like it at least met the expectations
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
the theories and whatever, and like it didn't suck. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so people thought it was. I'm just like, oh no, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I'm
Like-
really grateful that it was like a good movie because a part of me was kind of scared that it would
Yeah.
be bad.
Yeah.
And I was like praying to the universe, to the gods, to like everything that like it would be a good movie. Because I'm like, I've been waiting for this third stupid movie ever since Far From Home. Please let it be good. Like, please, like, I was like, first of all, if we don't get all of those like really beautiful fan moments, I'm like, then what the hell did you guys like? What was the point?
Right. See, I went in
Yeah.
just like being okay with not having like multiple spider people. I was like,
Oh
I'm-
no, I
I was
like, this
hoping
is a
not
must.
I was
for it.
again. I was like completely okay.
Yeah,
with
but
it.
Johnny, you were like, I hope we don't get that for like petty reasons. So
Yeah.
like, people
No, no,
would
no.
I
get
hope
pissed
we
off
didn't.
on
Like, I hope we
TikTok.
didn't. Like, I just if they didn't have 3 spider people, I don't think I'd be able to handle the internet because like
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
my God,
Spider-Man
that
fans,
roar
you are
is-
the most intense.
Oh my God, they're
and
scary.
It's not a
I
bad.
counter
It
with
is bad.
Batman
It-
fans.
It's
That-
very aggressive,
Yeah.
and
True.
I feel intimidated to mention Spider-Man ever
Yeah.
in a negative light. But like, I'm
I
just
I
like,
know that's literally why I avoided talking about Spider-Man for so long because
Yeah.
some of the fans are really scary, and I was like,
It's scary.
don't want to deal with you.
That's why I turned off
Very
the comments for
intense.
my Spider-Man movie rankings.
I
I have some
Definitely
mutuals. They're
didn't-
like only talk about it on friends only because they're like,
yeah.
No,
if I
no,
mention this character,
it's
I
a hard
can't.
thi- yeah, definitely. Like, people are just crazy, but I definitely didn't get my hopes up on the 3 Spider-Man appearing together. It was like a dream. It's like it's possible, but it's not possible. I'm like, but they can't do that. It's not gonna happen. So I'm like, because I didn't want to get my hopes up because I didn't want it to ruin the experience of me just constantly waiting for them to show up on screen and it not
Although,
happening
yeah.
and just ruin my overall review of the movie.
Yeah,
So I was just like, I'm like, let it go.
let it go.
Let it go.
I will say
Let it
like
go.
the way they did it with revealing all of them, like revealing.
It was good.
I mean, yeah,
They were
revealing
so
Andrew and
good.
Peter.
I stand
It was
by
like-
it.
I
Could
can,
be, I stand by that. It could have been better.
I don't think so because like,
No, I
I
don't-
have
I
a
definitely
pitch that
don't
could have
think-
been better. Actually,
what would you have done, Johnny, comparative to Lola?
Yeah, what would
Okay,
you have
What are
done?
you gonna? So let's say it in,
Okay.
in front of 2 Filipinos. Go ahead.
wait,
Yeah,
Ellie.
go,
Let me see.
go.
I
Go, Johnny.
texted it to Ellie. Let me
Go,
see if we
Johnny.
can find it.
Go.
Yeah, I know the whole thing, so I'll stay quiet.
Okay, fine. Fuck it. Okay, fine. I can't find it. Okay, so let's
You
see
want
how
me
much
to
of this I
find
can
it?
remember. You search for it. Let me see if I can recount this off the top of my head.
Sure.
Okay.
Disrespect
Okay.
Lola
So
like
you
that.
know how like after Aunt May. Okay, so heavy spoilers for this part. For anyone still here, this is still your chance to get the fuck out.
This whole
Um,
episode is a spoiler.
Yeah. Go
Pretty
ahead,
much.
Go ahead.
But anyways, y'all remember when Aunt May dies?
Yes.
And then there's
Oh,
that
no, I
I
moment.
found it.
Oh, did you actually?
Yeah.
No.
This is how the search function works.
Control F.
I don't remember what I sent it to you on.
All right. Well,
All I
someone
did,
say it. Someone say
I
it. Someone say it.
literally in the search bar, I typed in Andrew. Scrolled through. By the way, apparently I talk about Andrew a lot with my friends. But then
Anyways,
I found it.
okay. So this is my pitch. So, you know how Tom just lost Aunt May and then he gets shot by, was it damage control?
Yes.
In that moment, I just wanted Tom to like slightly lose it and try to fight them. And then you just have this moment where he takes all of them down and just like in a blind rage, he's about to take out one of them, like, straight up unalive a guy. And then you just see a shadowy figure just swing the fuck in and then just pull him away. And then
Scoop
scene
him?
cuts. Just straight up scoop him away. And it's just a black shadowy figure. For all we know, could have been fucking Venom. Because, and
Yeah,
credit
but
scene for
then,
Let There
but
Be
then,
Carnage.
if you do that, then
It kind of defeats the purpose of the whole. If you think about it, the whole movie, because if you think about it, the 3 Spider-Men are just like
their
the
support
same
systems for him.
person. Yeah, support system, but the same
Exactly.
person.
But
in
still,
different
though,
stages
it
of their
wouldn't have
life.
been as different as Toby stopping Tom from just outright stabbing Green Goblin, in my opinion. Because the one that would have swooped in to save him
But like,
would have been Andrew.
but for an
then
entrance,
yeah,
it'll
because
be very confusing.
and then it would also belittle that moment if he tried to kill Goblin later, because it would have been like, oh,
Exactly.
he tried to do it again, and it's like him going into a blind rage is like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like
He was
wouldn't-
still kind of sad.
yeah, he was still
I
sad.
Yeah.
feel like in that moment, it's just like pure devastation.
Yeah.
Because that's when he went to
And his like
little
body
room.
is in shock,
It's a good, I think
It's
it's
good
that would be a good,
pitch.
yeah, it's a good.
I
pitch.
still
pitch.
stand by the fact that we could
I
have
wish
had
it
a
was
better
Venom.
reveal for
Let's
Andrew.
make it that, but it is Venom, and we still have like
And then
That's
Robbie
the shorter
Reyes comes through the portal, and it's like,
And then you just have
Let's
Shaggy
rock.
walk out of a freaking portal drunk as fuck.
exactly.
We're like, hey, where's Juan? I thought this was
No.
him.
But oh man, the reveal scene,
Bro.
it's kind of fun because you knew as soon as you're like Peter Parker, you're like, oh no, we're getting them. We're getting
The
them.
moment
We
you
know."
see the figure turn
Like,
around, you
like-
just see the lens, and like, that's not the same lens. That's
Well,
a
yeah,
very
no,
different
so-
lens.
Go ahead, Laiba. Go ahead.
Oh my god, I'm like literally crying thinking about that moment because it's my favorite moment. And hold on, but it's so good. I was sitting in a row with 12 other people.
Nice.
And I was sitting next to this guy who was my friend, and we were like talking about it before. We're like, if it happens, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I told him, I was like, I'm gonna cry. Like, I don't know, because like the way that they put it was perfectly with the death of Aunt May, so you're in shock about that.
Yeah.
You're like, holy
You're like
crap.
buried in your emotions.
And
You're
you're
like
like-
completely vulnerable.
Here's the
And
thing, though.
I'm,
For
like,
me, it felt like it
sobbing.
disrupts Aunt May's death.
No, I don't think so.
It did for me.
I liked it because it was a power move for Ned.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good
Yes.
power move for Ned.
I mean, I like a power
And
move for
Lola.
Ned.
Lola.
Lola didn't give 2 fucks about 2 lanky boys in her living room. She didn't give a
Oh, yeah.
fuck.
But
Forget the
what I-
cobwebs. I'm going to bed.
right? What I love about that is that like I was sitting there and I'm like, yeah, if it happens, I will cry and I don't know what to do. Like I will stand up and leave. I don't know what I would do. But like I was watching it and then he does the find Peter Parker. And then I like look at it and I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like an Alley in like Amazing Spider-Man. And I was like, I know that body. I was like,
I saw that
I know.
lanky kid,
I
dude.
seen
I
it
was
in
like-
person.
I was like, I know that body.
Saw
And
that
he gets
lanky
closer and
dude.
closer. And then I saw the eyes and I was like,
The eyes is what, yeah.
The lenses give it away.
And I was sitting there
No.
like that, and I'm like grabbing onto my friend, and I'm like, we're like shaking each other, and I'm like, I keep looking, and he pops in, and then Lola's screaming, and he's like, it's okay, rips off the mask. Everybody in the theater starts cheering, and I start crying again, and it's not like, and it's not like this where it's like, oh no, I literally had to wipe my tears from like my chin because I'm like, oh god.
I
But
have
it
to
was-
say my
oh, it was so
experience
good.
was very similar.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really
was
funny
so
that you
good.
brought
Even
up
the second
body.
time around.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll get to that later.
You gotta match the energy in the room. You know,
No,
you gotta
okay.
match
Oh,
it
yeah.
or top it.
It-
Match that energy.
It was so funny that like Johnny was bringing up how he recognized it to be Andrew from the lenses because my was like Laiba.
Yeah, it's the
I
body.
saw his
It's his
physique,
body.
and I was like, I grabbed my friend and I was like, Andrew.
Yeah,
Andrew,
his
Andrew,
body
Andrew.
shape is
Yeah, it's
different.
very
And then he
distinct.
like
What-
came through, same thing. Mask comes up, tears streaming
What was
down
so
my face.
cool is that like everybody in the theater starts like inching forward. Like
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah.
us start
'Cause we're,
like
like,
inching forward.
the
The moment he
forward.
turns
Like, oh
around,
my
everyone's just
God.
like,
I wish I
And
had
then
an
he takes
experience
the
like
mask
that.
off.
Oh
And
man.
it's just like it was so good.
Because I only went to a
And-
tiny little theater, but I
Yeah.
did want to give a little shout out for that moment because as soon as that moment and stuff happened, because it's all in Ned's house too.
Mhm, mhm.
But before I saw the movie, one of my friends, Mary Chris, shout out Mary Chris, you're awesome. She texted me. She's just like, "Oh, tell me when you see this movie." And right after, I was just like that moment and being in Ned's house and everything, and like the Lola and everything, all of that shit was going on because she had the best reaction. It's just like I don't give a fuck.
She's like,
Whatever
"I'm
you're
going to
doing,
bed."
you're doing. Leave me alone. But I'm just like,
going to bed.
that's the moment I need to say. She's like, yeah. Like as soon as I watched the movie, I had like 100 people text me because she's Filipino.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Shout outs to Lola. Shout out to the Filipinos
Shout out to
in that
Lola.
movie.
She was just like that. It was absolutely perfect. But yeah, shout out to Merry Christmas. We sort of fangirl it. Like I'm not Filipino, but I'm just like, yep.
I shit you not.
That's fucking priceless.
Yeah. I shit you not. When she started speaking Tagalog, I was literally the only one in the. This is at the Soups event. I was literally the only one. I was like, yeah, Lola.
Right? Oh, it's so good. But yeah, shout out to my friend Mary Chris. She's in an all woman Filipina sketch comedy group
Oh, cool.
called the Titas.
Cool.
Oh,
The
Nice.
Collective.
check 'em out.
It's fucking dope.
I
Um,
love that.
So to match Laiba's story, when again at the Soups event, literally the moment we saw his body, everyone I think was skeptical because we all had the same reaction. We were like, huh? You know? And
Just get closer.
the moment, like, because I think we all knew at that point,
Mhm.
but then we saw the lenses, and then we all freaked out. And I as soon as he came through the portal, not even the mask off, as soon as he came through the portal,
You can tell.
there was yeah, no, definitely you could tell. I had picked a seat where there was a walkway in front of me, right? I jumped so high in the air, I could have touched the ceiling. Like I was flying, and it was crazy. Like I took a lap around, not around the theater, but like around the walkway because I was freaking out. I was having my moment. And then he ripped
You
off
have
his
to pee
mask.
by then, though? Is that why?
No, as soon as he ripped off his mask, I was like on the floor. I was like
It was
having.
And I
amazing.
think that's
I wish I could have
why
done
they
that.
didn't put them in the trailers.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
then you wouldn't have had all these reactions.
and it
Yeah.
was
And it wasn't like it wasn't like a oh my god, it was pure screams
screaming.
that was happening in my theaters. Just screams. Some guy like jumped in the air.
Yeah,
It's
no, that
like,
was me.
Yeah.
That was Nick.
That was
You
me.
can see him from
I
Canada.
jumped so high
he
that I was
jumped
in your
into the
theater.
future.
I jumped in the future. But yeah, it was such a man. It was electrifying. Like everything, it was so electrifying. Everyone was screaming. We didn't hear anything until climb on. Like MJ was like, climb on the wall. Climb on the wall. Oh no, it was do the
You're
speeder.
a deeply mistrusting person.
No, we
And I respect
were
that.
still screaming through that.
Really, I love that moment. I feel like in my theater, everyone absolutely lost their mind when Andrew like pulled off the mask.
Mhm.
But then like after a few seconds, we were all like, okay, quiet. We gotta know what happens
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
We gotta hear them.
Shout outs to Tyler who did clap once when that happened. I saw it, Tyler. I saw it. You clapped at the end of the movie too. I saw you. But yeah, that moment was electrifying. And then the second reveal is where, oh my
was when
god, yeah,
Like, oh, look at the youth pastor.
So,
Stroll in. I was like,
it's
okay.
And that's when the movie became a meme.
that's when the movie literally became a meme because he like
No, actually, no. I think when like he was like actually on the ceiling, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
but like MJ, like I get it.
Yeah.
Just throws like the pandesal
Like,
at
yeah,
him.
Oh my
like,
god,
I
dude,
have
that was I
people
was
think just about
dying.
bread.
Oh my god. But also I was like thinking, it's like that's good pandesal she's just throwing at that
Right?
guy. Like I want my mom would be yelling at me. It's
Bro, I'm shocked that
Was
Lola
Lola
didn't know.
not yelling at her?
It's like
Right?
MJ, don't disrespect the pandesal.
Right?
Oh, you guys know the name of the bread.
Yeah.
The
God.
moment that it was gonna happen, because I think the moment where I was like, okay, this might happen, all of our three Spider-Man might reunite, was when I saw Matt Murdock.
Oh yeah.
And that
Oh.
moment,
Okay,
it got a little bit
okay,
cheers,
here's the
but,
thing.
like,
Sorry, it's just after finding out Kingpin was in Hawkeye and then actually seeing Matthew in fucking Spider-Man, I'm still not over seeing the two Spider-Men. That's what I'm still hooked on.
Matt Murdock.
I love you, Charlie Cox.
Matt Murdock.
I
Love you, Charlie Cox.
All right.
Oh my
But
god,
yeah.
Matt's reveal, my theater screamed so loud. My friend and I like grabbed each other at the same time. I spilled my popcorn. Literally a week later, I found popcorn like in my purse still. Oh my god, that was a moment.
I love that
I am
reveal.
pissed that our viewing together, Ellie, though, no one
Oh,
was cheering
that
for
was
Matt
so-
Murdock.
we were
I was
losing our
so disappointing.
minds.
It was so disappointing. I was so disappointed. I'm like, y'all suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so y'all
He's
haven't
just a
seen
really good
Daredevil?
lawyer.
See how it is.
He's a really good lawyer. Love that guy.
I find
But
it
he's
so
really a lawyer.
interesting because like the energies, like I've never been to a Marvel experience like
Oh really? Dang.
that. So I'm just like, mine was a lot more mild. I saw it and I'm like, I felt like I'm like, oh, cool.
Laiba, what were you
Yeah.
saying?
This is cool.
The Toby reveal?
I was
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say just like the Toby reveal was just so that one got me more emotional than seeing Andrew, like, but
It looked like a
it's
sad
just, like,
puppy.
he's
really
just
did.
so cute. And my favorite thing was like Lola like slightly like flirting with him.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, hey.
You're closer to my
that
age.
reveal, I was like, oh my god, like it's happening, and he's like right there, and it's just like, and when they recognize each other,
Right, yeah.
the Spidey sense, oh god, it was so good.
They were like, oh, okay, you're like me.
Yeah, okay.
You are
We
me.
do have to recognize that like one of them came for a paycheck and the other one came to redefine his entire career.
Yes.
And like
That was very obvious.
bro, I still think Andrew's the best suit actor because like he definitely like gives
Oh, yeah.
body.
I
gives
love the moment
everything.
he looks through the portal. He just leaning a little,
And
just
he's
like,
like-
hi.
He's
He like
"Hi."
swings his
Just
head.
waving.
I was like, man, fuck
He's
you.
like-
How dare
It
you?
was so dramatic.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
But that's
He
that-
has the Spidey flair.
that's what makes him so
Yes.
great in the suit. Like he brings the whole character into his body, and that
It
makes
feels
him,
very comic booky.
yeah. And it's just like it feels like it shouldn't work, but it does, and it's like I love this. Let's talk about Tom because I feel like we haven't. We talked about the other two.
This is Tom's movie.
No, this is Tom's movie. This is definitely
Yeah.
Tom's movie.
I'm so glad that it's Tom's movie because I
Me
was
too.
scared for that.
Yeah.
Aw,
Mhm.
it
I love the
I
fact
was
that
so-
they didn't take over. The two
Yeah.
Spider-Man didn't
No.
take over. They like worked
Because
together.
yeah, no, that's like a really important factor of it.
hmm
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that he got a moment. Like he carried it, obviously because this is his movie, but like I mean that wasn't certain
Mhm.
with all of these cameos and everything. But I'm happy that like the movie was very much about him and he's like, I'm gonna do it my way. Like that's something I didn't expect. I expected him having the confrontation about maybe killing someone or whatever. But I'm like, I like the idea of like, no, let me just try to fix him and send him
Yeah.
home and let me do it.
It's
Even
the
though he
most
was
Spider-Man thing.
technically the villain of the movie, but
Yeah.
It does because like one of my biggest complaints in every single Spider-Man movie up till Homecoming was that can we stop killing the villains, please? Like I hated that every single villain up to that point had just
I
died.
mean, no,
With the
Vulture
exception
didn't die.
of-
Motion did.
well, before
Oh, he said,
Homecoming.
yeah, he said prior to
Oh
Homecoming.
yeah.
Yeah, but like with the exception of Harry Osborn, Green Goblin, and Amazing Spider-Man 2. But even then, he was so underutilized to the point where like, you're in this. I forget about you kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And like
Yeah.
adding on to the villain thing, who was everybody's favorite villain?
No,
in the
Goblin
movie?
for sure.
Goblin.
Oh my
He-
god.
He came and he.
Okay, he was a proper villain.
He
Yeah.
was
He was
so
like-
good.
I say
The other
lizard.
ones didn't really
Shut up,
feel
Tony.
like villains. He was the
Cruel.
only one who came to be like murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many
How-
there were so many like moments like in the theater where like he would like change, and then so many people like you would recognize it in his voice
yeah.
that so many people in the theater just went, oh no.
Yeah.
They're like, oh
Can
no.
I just state how much I love the line of Norman's on sabbatical?
Sabbatical.
Oh,
honey."
it's so
Oh,
good.
man.
It
Dude,
was-
I-
it's still in my brain.
He's a chilling villain.
It's so
Uh,
great.
If I may, like, what is it? Andrew came to redefine his entire Spider-Man career, but honestly, so did Willem Dafoe.
Willem
to an
Dafoe
extent.
somehow
100%.
provided all of the exposition you needed to know about Green Goblin and still played Green Goblin at the same time.
Yeah.
See, this is why I was happy I went into the perspective of not rewatching all of the movies beforehand, because I also wanted to see, could they, because like a good movie, like you don't necessarily, I shouldn't have to watch
I get
Like,
exactly
7
what you're saying.
movies.
I get exactly what you're saying.
to get the context of the movie.
Mhm.
And I think they accomplished that with how they did all of the
Yeah.
villains too.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
fucking Goblin. Oh.
Yeah, because if Goblin
was
still holds, he'll
haunting.
hold. Like he'll
Haunting.
still hold as a good villain.
I do
And-
stand by Lizard, though.
Man, no.
Did he do anything?
Johnny-
No,
he
he
did
didn't.
nothing.
And you know what's
He
crazy?
was the comedic relief
I
by
thought
going,
he was
you know,
gonna
Max,
die,
I
'cause
can
I'm
give
just
you
like,
a
you could
real
just-
There's like one
makeover.
small
off,
continuity
it's fine.
error, and it like doesn't. Okay, it's not really a continuity error, but like he breaks out of the truck and he runs away from the building, and then he shows up one moment to grab
Grabs
Peter
Peter,
off the side of it.
yeets
He's
him
like, "I
through a
told you
window,
there'd be
and then
consequences,"
fucks
and then he
off.
throws him back in the building, and I was like, "What was the point in that? Like, why did
What
he?"
is the purpose?
Yeah,
Lizard,
what
what
is
is he
This is
doing?
just a vehicle.
is-
Lizard's there just as the chaotic evil characters. Like, I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, and I was like,
I'm just following the
"What?"
other guy's leads.
Hello?
I guess we're supposed to be bad now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
won't wait in this truck anymore.
I didn't like understand the context of what he said because he's like, "I told you there'd be consequences." Like, so you trying to like teach him
Yeah, I
a
was
lesson,
still
or you just
trying
trying
to
to like
figure
fuck
that
with him? I'm very
Just, like, beat
confused.
him.
Though I do also like the perspective that Tom Spider-Man is still technically a villain in it too, because like,
Yeah.
bro,
He's
I
against
mean,
himself.
it's the same way like Tony is the villain in Age of Ultron. Like, you didn't need to do that.
That still makes me
Yeah.
pissed.
Like,
it's like, how do you
wait,
do the
how?
super bot? Let's
why?
make another
Why
one.
did you do that? You didn't
Let's
need to
make
do
another one.
Wait,
It's
how
not
was Tom
that
a villain?
Tom was
Because
against
he-
himself.
Yeah.
He's he's like just like the one who just started everything. Like, you didn't need
Yeah.
to do that.
Mhm.
It's like the man versus man. Like
People
he's
Okay,
saying,
for
against
the
like,
record,
I've seen
I
some theories
just-
of people
because of this movie-
it's Doctor Strange's fault. Like, no, it's not. Like, he wanted his cake and eat it too, but also just didn't have any thought process. And I'm like, that's a very Tony thing to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like, I get it because you're a kid. But like,
For the record, I didn't know you could contact your post-secondary administration to get a plea in for, getting another chance
I mean, he's
until this
famous.
film.
Like, too. I mean, like, at that point, it's just like, you have enough privilege. Just like, you know people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
probably just
Cap.
be like,
But what I love is
complain
that
about
he
it on
doesn't
the
use
internet
that.
or something and be
Yeah.
like,
I love that
Um,
he doesn't use that because that's not who Peter Parker is,
Yeah.
you know? Because like a bunch of people said that like the previous two movies doesn't really feel like Peter Parker because he
No,
never
this
really
one
did
felt
something.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
He had a lot of
Yeah,
human moments.
yeah.
He's like, you didn't call them first. I was like, I wouldn't have called them. Fuck.
No,
Yeah,
no,
just call them.
I don't blame him, but like
Yeah,
the whole
it's
movie is
like-
kind of just his fault. But like,
Yeah.
then we wouldn't have a movie. But like, he acted very well in this movie. Like
Yeah.
he,
Mhm.
like I liked how he like his Spider-Man handled the whole situation.
Yeah.
Other than like I'm just like, right. You are a very neurodivergent Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm
You
fine
are
with
not-
it. He's
you are
very
not
impulsive, and I love
Whatever,
it.
but I get it.
Right.
But it's also the
Yeah,
same
it's
way
a very-
Tony was just like, let me build a robot. Let me build an AI for fun.
How do I beat that? Oh man, it went evil. What do we do? Let's make another one. Worked out the first time. It's-
It's like, I want to spell. Oh, that one evil. Anyone.
How about that?
Let's do it again.
Do it again.
what does everybody hope to see with this ending of Spider-Man No Way Home? He is what I like to say, he is finally Spider-Man, because
Yes.
he didn't feel like Spider-Man before, but he's finally Spider-Man. He's also finally Peter Parker. We're finally getting kind of what we always wanted with that ending, with him being alone and just making a name of himself. What does everybody hope with the new announced, I believe, trilogy of the Spider-Man movies? What does everybody hope to see?
More excited than I have been for any of the other Spider-Man movies. And I know we didn't really mention it, but like I got sad at Aunt May's death, but nothing really broke me in the movie, especially the ending. I was just like, I saw it in a way where it's like it's a fresh, positive start for him.
Yeah.
And like I know like it's sad with the Ned and MJ and he's all alone and stuff, but I'm like, he's gonna fall in love with MJ again.
Yeah.
And they're gonna fall in love again. And we're gonna be able to see that again. We're gonna see the friendship. Yeah. So I'm just like, we're not really losing anything.
That we are aware of.
Excited because it's just I don't know, but I also like the rumors going around saying it's not going to be as heavily interconnected to the MCU, the next trilogy.
Yeah.
And I think that will feel a little bit more friendly neighborhood Spider-Man-y. Instead of like you got bits of that very Spider-Man moments in Homecoming.
Right.
Far From Home less so. But I'm glad they got the vibe back, and the vibe matched Spider-Verse in a way. Not just because there's multiple spider people, but like the vibes hit. So I'm just like, if they can continue that energy, I'm excited for the future of this Tom Holland Spider-Man.
What about you, Ellie?
And the end of
go ahead.
Laiba,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in the end of like the Spider-Man movie, it really did feel like the Spider-Man game, which really warmed my heart.
With him swinging through New York.
With him swinging and just his apartment overall.
It's like when he puts on the suit in the first cutscene of the Spidey game. It felt like
I love how he made it with Aunt May's. So I still don't understand the logistics of everyone forgetting him, but him having Aunt May's stuff. Weird. Anyway.
Right, yeah. A lot of questions.
It's just
magic.
I don't know. It hits different in a way where I didn't really feel sad about it. Partially because we knew there was going to be 3 more.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's definitely like a bittersweet ending because you know that there's more to come.
Right. Yes.
Like, it's not the end.
All right. Ellie, what did you think? What are you expecting?
It was really funny because after watching it the first time, my brain couldn't function on what could happen next. I literally had to watch it the second time and then really think about it. And it's like one of those things where they could do absolutely anything.
Yes.
Anything they want.
Oh my God, like it's one of the reasons why I love No Way Home so much. It completely changes the game for this character. So I'm trying to keep my expectations and my like wants kind of like open since there's so many different kind of ways they could go about it. Like I'm hoping for, like college trilogy, he's like going to community college or something. And then eventually
SU.
Whatever. Yes. Like getting reconnected with MJ and Ned. But I want that to be like gradual.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that to happen in the 4th movie. I don't want it to just happen. Maybe like we have those like little interactions. Like their roles in the next movie are very, very small. Like that's kind of what I want.
Like they'll come back in movie 5.
Exactly.
As like friends and
Rose.
Girlfriend. Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Like I don't want it to be immediately like, oh, they're back to being friends.
I think that's why I was also happy with there not being a proper post credits.
Yeah.
Too. Because it really leaves it open. Because I'm like, I'd rather them not set something up and then have to force themselves into the box then like they just
Far From
set up
Home.
and being like a little piece of Venom's there, and that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
I think they want to make sure that they give it kind of like the effort that it deserves, especially since they made that choice that like nobody knows Peter Parker. He's completely alone.
it's a
There's so
completely
much they
blank
can do.
slate.
Exactly. So they want to
exactly.
do good with it. And as
Yeah, I
fans,
think it really
we deserve that.
Yeah, it bit them kind of in the butt too, because like they're like, oh, we've seen Spider-Man origin stories this entire time. Like we don't need an Uncle Ben moment. We don't need this and this. And it shows like, it we kind of did.
You gotta bring it out.
Yeah, it really did screw them over when they
like
Kevin
maybe they
Feige
should
was
have had
"We've
like
already
maybe an
seen it."
Uncle Ben moment or whatever in the second movie or something. You don't have to do it all right away or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I love
people
Aunt May, but
yeah. And
like
a lot of people are saying that like Tony Stark was his Uncle Ben moment, and I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Like it was an impactful
I think they were going with
death.
that until people were like, no.
It sucks.
I think it's like fine that like it obviously it should have it, because with the way MCU did it, obviously it's going to have an impact on like Tom Peter's life.
Yeah.
But that wasn't his Uncle Ben moment. It was a loss that hurt and had impact, but it wasn't like that significant like Uncle Ben moment with the line.
The only question I have left is, what was the moment he was talking about back in Civil War, right? Because it seemed like, because he asked Tony asked him like, oh, why do you do this, right? And it's like, when you can do what I can do, and you don't do those things, bad things happen. And it's like, what was that though? I want to know what that was.
I think that was them implying he already had an Uncle Ben moment, but they just left it open to see how they would handle that.
Mm-hmm. And like, I think that like, it's still fair to say like, yeah, you don't need to tell that story over again, but it does back them into a corner. It's like, okay, well, now you got to turn this entire trilogy into an origin story. Otherwise, it's how you going to separate this kid from the rest of everybody else. So it's like really tough.
I do like the call with Aunt May being Uncle Ben. That was nice.
I was like making a joke. It's like, we're all secretly misogynist. Like, we didn't think that like Aunt May could carry that kind of role. No one thought of that. And then when it happened,
like a younger Aunt May, they're like, oh, she's gonna get somebody like or he already died, or
none of us ever thought of that. Like, I didn't hear any theory about it. I didn't hear nobody talking. Like, everyone says like, oh, Aunt May's gonna die, but no one called the role.
No one said Aunt May is the Uncle Ben moment when she dies.
Then it's like, oh well, that makes me sad because I didn't think,
because she's the one. Like, I'm very happy how they like. I'm glad it wasn't just like somebody we saw for the first half of the first movie die and be like, oh, that was Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
We're supposed to care about him. When it's like, well, actually,
yeah,
we got to love and see their relationship for like 2.5, 3 movies.
You have to ask though, like, they didn't bury each other, like they didn't bury her next to each other, you know? So it's like that opens up another question. It's like she's buried by herself, and it's like she wasn't buried next to her husband. Was there even an Uncle Ben? But there is, because
I don't think there was an Uncle Ben.
Yeah, see,
I really hope that there wasn't.
I think she was just I think she was just like a
single person.
Like it was just May.
Maybe
it was just
May.
May. Yeah,
I kind of like that.
Like, she didn't have to be married to anybody. She didn't have to like lose him or anything. But I like because like I'm very happy we got to develop that relationship to actually see what that loss would do to him. Because if that happened in the first Homecoming, like.
Right.
Would we have cared?
It
was Aunt May instead of Uncle Ben. Like,
Johnny, what did you want? What do you want from this?
What do you want
for future?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do stand by the idea that I would love. This is just because I'm a fanboy and I like cameos and all that, and because I'm under the suspicion. I mean, yes, I would love to see Shang-Chi kick Spider-Man's ass, but was it? So I'm still under the suspicion that Sony and Marvel still have somewhat of the same deal going, that every Spider-Man movie needs to have at least 2 MCU cameos. That's why in Homecoming we had Cap and Iron Man, in Far From Home we had Maria Hill and Nick Fury, and then this one we had Wong and Doctor Strange.
By the way, Wong supremacy, all right? Wong is sorcerer supreme.
Wong is supreme.
All right.
Anyone complaining about that, fucking,
we got issues, man.
Go eat some fucking cheesecake or something. I don't know. Enjoy life a little bit more. Get some pho. I stand by that.
in the winter.
But yeah. So with that expectation, I do really want this, and this is definitely a personal thing. I would love Punisher and Daredevil.
Ooh, dark.
I
Because
love
Punisher
the
was
idea of Daredevil. They
introduced.
kind of set that up a little bit.
Exactly. And Punisher was introduced as a antagonistic force against Peter originally in the comics. So to have them reintroduce Punisher into the proper MCU almost with John Bernthal back would be, first off, insane, and second off, Charlie Cox back. And having this moral battle of Punisher, Daredevil, and this slightly more set up Spider-Man would be very interesting.
Yeah.
There you go.
What do you think,
that pretty
Laiba?
much. I mean, I think I agree with what you said and what Ellie said, is that it is an open slate. Like they can do anything, especially with, upcoming projects, like Sony projects, like Morbius and what's his name?
Venom.
Oh my God,
Venom.
Craven.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Craven the Hunter.
Craven being cast. Craven the Hunter.
Quicksilver.
It's
I'm so
it's
excited. I love it.
it's completely open,
Mhm.
and I'm because I kind of trust them now, because I'm like, what
Feeling
you're
a
doing,
lot
so
better.
Here you go.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
so much more faith in them now.
Yeah.
You're giving them a lot of trust. A lot of trust.
Sony's been
Just
good.
gonna-
Though I'm very excited for Across the Spider-Verse too. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoever is handling all of the
Miguel
Spider-Man
O'Hara.
products out of Sony has been doing a lot of. They've been putting in the work,
I think
What?
and I think it matched the vibe. Like,
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Um,
One thing I don't want to see is like I know everyone wants Venom, but I kind of
yet.
I don't want
That
to
needs
see
to be a
that for like
trilogy setup.
I
I
think
want
it's
a different for MC. I want a different Eddie Brock.
What is it?
Yeah.
Adding to my Punisher want, because like you set up this idea of a lethal protector with Punisher.
Mhm.
Spider-Man gets, say, the symbiote by the end of the film or something like that. Second film in this new trilogy is him with the suit, and then third film is him just dealing with Venom. That's how I imagine it.
Yeah.
That's how I'd like it. But yeah.
everyone says like that Clone Saga. I don't think Clone Saga
Nope.
is like on the table because it's like we just dealt with multiple spider people. You want other multiple spider people?
I do like the idea of Silk,
Yeah, me too. I do like that idea.
because or like have her be like almost like a foil to him in one of the
We
movies.
did see Silk.
Cindy in Homecoming.
Yeah,
We do.
Cindy's
Cindy
in
does exist, yeah.
exists.
No, but
in the
we
world.
also saw a silhouette of her when the multiverse was cracking.
Oh yeah.
It was like
did we?
next to Craven, next
I
to
see that.
Rhino.
I thought that was
That's
There was
Black
a
Cat.
silhouette of. Oh, I thought it was
It could be.
Cindy, because
Could
I
be
saw the
anybody.
short hair.
I do like the idea of introducing Cindy. The problem, I got into a lot of not trouble, but people were, like I was talking about Cindy Moon last week, and about like
Oh, yeah.
she was like introduced
Yeah.
basically just like as his bride, like she was basically just there to be a thing. Everyone's like, don't change that story, and I was like, why, dude? Like it's literally not needed, not needed.
Yeah,
at
that-
all.
No
It's not
bueno.
necessary.
Yeah, and it's
I,
like,
I like
still
her,
have
I
her
like
first
the idea
appearance,
of her
though.
being like this unhinged kind of
Yeah.
foil to him
and it's like I
in
get
this way of like, how does he interact with like a
somebody-
spider person who isn't him?
Yeah,
But because I like the idea of introducing her over Miles,
I think it
because
would
we
work.
have a proper Miles.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't like
Trilogy
Miles to
going
get set
on.
up in the MCU though, because first off, that implies more Donald Glover.
See, that's
But
the
Oh
thing.
yeah,
setting
yeah.
up-
That's what's really hard. It's like, yeah, anything is possible, but again, I think I've said this in the past, is like the context of this movie and how it reflects for the rest of the series will be determined by what they
yes.
do in the future. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
a blank slate, but if they fuck it up again, it's like, well, what was the point of this movie? What was the point? You can do so
Still a
much.
good movie.
There's a lot of things people want. People want Miles, people want Venom. We talk about Cindy Moon. It's like, how do you set up those three major big characters in the next following movies? One of them's not going to show up. One of them's not going to be there.
Oh yeah.
So it's
I
like,
think we're gonna get some symbiote action. At least we'll see some Daredevil
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
I
I'm
am
still
hearing-
unsure about Cindy, but they did give themselves the stepping stones if they wanted to,
Mhm.
Yeah.
with
It
having
might take
Cindy
some time,
being
but-
a named character in his class.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. Good job.
I like the
Marvin.
idea, like nobody knows who Spider-Man is anymore, and then she just comes in.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, I just
Um,
one last thing on that ending is I watched it 4 times and I saw that
Yeah.
ending 3 different ways.
Oh,
'Cause, like,
Which
okay.
ending?
The movie ending, not the
Not the
post-credits
post credit scene. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the ending. The first time I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, this is a happy moment," because it's like he still has them in their lives,
I was screaming.
but he just like maybe he's not ready to have them back in. And I was like,
No.
okay, that's nice. And then I rewatched it again, and I was like, oh, he doesn't want them in his life, and that's sad. And I was like bawling more than I was the second time. And I was like, oh, that's sad because like he understands that she's hurt, and he doesn't want her in her life
To get hurt anymore.
anymore. And I'm like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
And
it's not like he doesn't love her.
but he doesn't
He's
want her
doing
in
this
her
'cause-
life
but
because
he
he
doesn't-
loves
yeah.
her.
He doesn't
Yeah.
want her to hurt, especially after he knows what happened,
Yeah.
kind of, with Gwen.
And then
sad.
the third time was Ned. I was like, no, Ned. It's like it's
Messy.
seeing Ned was like, and him like walking away. It's like he didn't even try, and like that's even sadder. You know,
Yeah.
it's like that's
Mhm.
your best friend, man. You don't even want to
Yeah.
go say hi to that guy,
Literally,
He
like
got the
the
Lego
first
figure.
really close person in his life
and he's like, "Ugh."
that knew he was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
He was his guy in the chair.
he's
like,
the guy in the chair, man.
He's the guy who bit the bullet for watching porn at the school computers.
Yeah, and it was just sad because like you felt the intent, like he was gonna do that, and then he just doesn't, and it's like I get it, and that's sad.
That's a
and
Spider-Man moment.
Yeah, and that's what I agree with. Like, they shouldn't bring them back immediately because then those moments would not feel important
Exactly.
later on. And it's like, okay, well, you eliminate them from your life, and
yeah,
then
there's a reason he did that.
yeah,
Mhm.
so that relation, I don't even know if like, I think like I like what Ellie said is like I want them to. Like, it'd be cool to have them in there passively, not
Yeah.
as the main front. I think it'd just be cool to not have them at all. I think, you know, he would have his like maybe his time with Gwen and or somebody else, and like rediscover himself for a little bit,
Mhm.
and then challenge that idea by reintroducing MJ into his life. And it's like, did you really love her, or were you in love with the idea of like living this perfect life with her?
Yeah.
I
And
feel
I
like
think-
that story was told though with like Liz and all that though back in
no,
Homecoming.
well, like yeah, but that's like high school. Like you have a high school
Mhm.
crush, and you're trying like it was like the simplest form of like, do I be a teenager or do I be a superhero? Now it's like, do I want my own life or do I want to keep being a superhero? Like, do I have to
Yeah.
keep doing what's
Yeah.
important? And it's like a magnitudal change. I think that would
Mhm.
be challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my last thoughts on the ending. Yeah. So
Just to wrap it up because we are running out
No.
of time.
Oh wow, time did fly.
I
Holy
wanna-
shit.
what do you mean?
I mean, if people want to stay longer, I'm down.
I did
I
enough
don't
rapping for
know.
Christmas. No, it's fair.
Is Spider-Man No Way Home a Christmas movie?
Oh,
I'm
wait.
saying no.
Ah.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I don't think so.
It is.
No. There's no like
Me and Laiba say no.
Christmas theme. Yeah.
You never say no.
Filipinos say no.
No.
I say yes.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no because I feel like for it to be a Christmas movie, there needs to be some like explicit Christmas
This thing.
moments
It-
and
It ends on
affects the
joy
plot.
Christmas.
and happiness.
That's
You can't
exactly.
just freaking swing past
I like Nick's
Rockefeller.
definition. It has to affect the plot.
Yeah.
That's why Spider-Verse is a Christmas
That- yeah.
movie
Yes.
because of the
Wait.
Christmas album is a plot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
point.
that is a
See,
that is
that
a
one
major plot
counts.
point actually,
So-
which is now that I think about it, controversial considering he's Jewish, and that's
Right.
I have a lot of questions with that. Anyway,
Well,
Okay,
that's
but
Spider-Man
also I
sold
have
out
to
to
say
make some
it's
coins,
not a
so
Christmas movie
respect.
because Christmas movies should not make you cry like that.
that's true. That's fair.
Watch
It
Love
should-
Hard
American
again
Christmas
then.
movies should make you cry like that.
I want to
No.
cry because of cute, happy, soft moments. I don't want to cry.
I want to cry because the movie's making me feel lonely.
I
Mhm.
never felt so broken.
All right. Last thought. What does everybody rate Spider-Man No Way Home?
Dang,
We're doing this with Beaver Tails because Ellie's
how,
here.
how many
Tails.
beaver tails are we doing?
I'm doing 5 or 10.
10.
Out of 5. Oh, out of 10.
Out of-
Okay.
Pat, 5.
Five.
I
is-
was gonna say out of 5.
I feel like
It's
5 is
a
gonna be
5-star
so
rating
narrow
system.
for me.
that's gonna
Okay, well you can do it to the decimal if you have to.
All right, fine, I will.
That's gonna be a 5 out of 5. Five Baby
Yeah.
Tales out of 5. I mean, the experience
5 out of 5.
alone I had maybe makes me biased, but again, I watched it 4 times.
Well, the experience is such a big part of it too. You know.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then Endgame should be much higher than where I have it on my list.
Well, I mean, again, even
I mean,
'cause
time
again,
changes it.
yeah,
Because
'cause
I
again,
feel very different about how I felt about it versus 2 weeks ago.
at the like
Mhm.
after watching it like the
'Cause I
fourth
kinda
time,
forgot about
I
it.
definitely fell asleep the 4th time. I had taken my fiance's sisters to go see it, and like basically I slept the first half of the movie. And then we got to the part where Andrew showed up, and I literally woke up and I was like, "Whoa!"
You're
I used
awake.
to live that moment all over again.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely up there with better MCU films, like definitely the top half, and then the
Mhm.
more I think about it, it's definitely in top 5 for sure. Because again, it's the MCU's first retcon. Like if you really think about it, it's like literally
True.
It
redefined
is, yeah.
everything, and like that's kind of big, not just in movie history, but like MCU history. It's like a big thing. Like they literally retcon something so iconic to the comic book genre they've accomplished in this movie, and it's like that's
Mhm.
pretty wild, right? Plus like having the reveals, they weren't. I can make the argument that like they definitely could have done this movie without them, but like substantially wise, like it's great to see that the two were willing to come back and have that experience for us, right? Because they didn't know us anything, they didn't have to be there, but they did, and that's fun. So I appreciate it in that level. So it's definitely
Yeah.
like 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 5 beaver tails, 5 gaslights out of 5 gaslights. So that's my ranking.
All right. Ellie.
5 beaver tails. 100%.
Nice.
Like the experience alone, I love the movie so much, and I'm like, I did not jump through so many hoops to pre-order the Steelbook to not give it a 5 out of 5.
Oh yeah, we
Like,
gotta drive down to Washington for that.
Nice.
But we get it, and technically, with the exchange rate, it was cheaper.
It is cheaper
but
until we gotta pay taxes at the border, so we'll see.
you,
Just go for a weekend trip, hang out with a friend, and then make sure you get
we
your
have friends in
48-hour.
Washington. My
Only
best
one
friend
coming to mind
lives
is
in
Hannah.
Washington. Okay, well, we have 2 people then. We can
There
see
we go.
Hannah, and my best friend lives in Washington. So
Perfect.
Seattle trip. Woo.
Nice.
Maybe we can get Jolly Bees.
Jolly Bee.
Yeah, I
It's
haven't
Jolly
tried it,
Bees.
and my friend keeps telling me about it.
One B.
Very
It's
good.
Jolly Bee. Okay.
I'm sticking with the S in it.
This
Jolly
is
Respect
my
Bees.
him.
spirit of vengeance.
Oh my
I'm really
God.
gonna put that on a shirt, guys. This is my spirit. This is my tagline forever now.
No, can you actually?
Really not what's your bin?
I
no,
will.
no,
make
that's
it
our
for
thing.
you.
My thing is this is my spirit of vengeance. That's my thing.
Mine is I read the spoilers.
Yeah.
I did actually avoided all 100% spoilers
Wow,
for a whole week.
that's
so.
pretty.
I think
wild.
mine is the devil's semen.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Now, Victoria, what did you say earlier? You said, oh my god.
Victoria's dreams.
Oh wait, no.
Oh yeah, what was your dream that was right though? Like what we missed
Oh,
that
yeah,
part. What was
part of your
right?
dream?
Ned's house
Yeah.
being the HQ and Spider-Man coming
Oh,
by
yeah.
on the run.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah.
love that you got
That's-
that.
I
I
am
get that.
basically Bruno Madrigal.
Wow.
Yes.
What about you, Johnny? What do you rate this lovely film?
I don't want to be the pessimist again.
You're the pessimist
So let's
every
hear from
time.
Johnny.
You're
Um,
every
I'm not the
time.
pessimist every single time.
What is
I
it?
gave,
I
a,
mean-
I gave the
Spit it out.
highest rating for Shang-Chi.
Johnny,
Spit it
you're
out.
on day
That's like the
what of
exception.
watching Shang-Chi?
47.
48.
Yeah,
49.
49
I haven't
times you
watched it yet today because I
Oh.
rushed home from work. That's coming up after we're done the
So
podcast.
what's your
but,
beaver tail? What's your beaver tails?
I will give it 4.7, 4.8 beaver tails out of 5. But like the really fucking good kind of beaver tails.
Oh,
Not like the
with
shitty
getting
ones.
really
lemons.
fancy.
The
Yeah,
cinnamon
but
sugar
like
ones.
All right.
The flat churros.
Flat
Yeah.
churros.
sure, the flat
Nick still
churros.
needs to try them.
Yeah,
He-
true.
I
Yeah.
will not rest.
He also needs to try a coffee crisp.
Yeah, you guys are
Mhm.
weird for having that.
I
Anyway.
Should we send him
And possibly
Canadian
Canada
stamps?
Dry if you haven't had one.
we have Canada Dry here. I actually have some.
Okay,
Canada
yes, I
Dry
got
is
it.
American.
send
Fun
Nick.
fact.
Wow.
Wait, what?
I will
My
tell
life
you
is
about
a
this
lie.
later.
My
But
life is a
Canada
fucking
Dry is
lie.
American.
That's funny.
How dare?
What about you, Victoria? Do you rate this? Thing?
I was sneaking by without saying it. Thinking about it, I feel like I'm gonna get hurt if I say it's a 4. But in my book, like I don't know if I'd have the rewatch. Like I don't think it. Like it's. I think it's 7 or 8 in my ranking. So it's a good movie, but like I don't think it has the rewatchability for me personally for it to become like a comfort movie. And I think
I do
that's a big
not
part of it.
recommend watching this movie 3 days in a row.
I did.
I was
though. But I
emotionally
did.
drained.
But I
Okay, so
did.
the thing is,
And I would
also
do it
didn't
again.
cry in this movie at all. I felt
Fair.
sad for Aunt May, but like for some reason, like Shang-Chi and Eternals just hit me different. So like it was weird that I didn't cry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like I don't know if it's gonna change if I have another viewing, but like it's not like if I see it again, like some of those moments won't feel the same. So but it's a good movie. I'll say that it's fun. I really like the direction they're going, the vibe, how Spider-Man dealt with his own thing, but like it was good. I'd recommend people to see it.
Out of 5.
Just real quick, shout outs to Tyler. I did watch Spider-Man No Way Home with Tyler at the China Theater. And that was an experience because that
Did anyone come?
It was me, Marley, and Tyson.
No, I meant like, did any
special
celebrities?
No, unfortunately not that time. We got
God damn, you didn't run into Kevin Feige at the urinal?
Oh, I guess it was very Omicron-y. Everybody who would have came was exposed at that premiere by then.
But it was like, it was super cool. Like that theater was super cool. Me and Tyler are gonna watch more movies together because that shit's fucking sick. It was
because y'all are.
And I mean, you might as
We are
well
besties.
because you kind of live close to each other.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna work through this whole Omicron.
If I come to LA, can I come to one?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fine, Ellie, I won't bring you with me then.
No, that's rude. You have to.
It was just so funny watching, like, because I had seen it 3 times already by the time I saw it with Tyler, or no, twice by the time I saw it. Every time a moment happened, I'm literally just like looking at Tyler. I was like fucking clapped
What I did
on.
with Ellie.
He was literally like this the whole movie, like this. Like, he was like touching his fingertips on his other hand.
I would like to see one of these big movies with y'all.
Yeah,
because I feel like it'll be a different experience because I kind of just go to these movies in isolation. I mean, I'm with my like boyfriend or my mom or whoever, and they're not as invested, but like it's different. It's weird, but it is compared to watching Venom for the first time with my boyfriend and his review of being like, this isn't for me. I asked him before the pod, I was like, what did you think in 3 words of this movie? And he said, it was fine. So
there you go.
You know, that's a good rating.
But you know what? All 5 of us will see a movie together in person.
We have to.
When we're invited to the red carpet premiere for Shang-Chi 2.
Yes.
Ghost Rider.
Yes. And
Dude, we're going to get Shang-Chi 2 before we get Ghost Rider, buddy.
Taika Waititi, Tyler's dad, please invite me.
Tyler's daddy, please invite us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Johnny, I have to ask because I never completely asked for a statement. How was watching Spider-Man with me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was a fucking movie in and of itself.
How was that?
It felt like an entirely different film because I'm just watching every single emotion go through you, and I'm seeing your thinking face too. Like at some point you did have your mask up, but like I still saw the process going through your brain.
I had what the hell was I wearing? No, I did. I was like hiding.
Yeah. In short, Ellie is a very expressive individual with her face, and watching her watch No Way Home was a film of itself. I wish I had a recording of it, but I sadly don't.
Sounds like we should watch something with Ellie on Stream Lounge.
Yeah.
On Stream Lounge.
Sounds like a good idea.
When Nick gets Free Guy, we should all watch Free Guy.
Hell yeah, let's go.
We'll have a special viewing of that.
I think it comes out January 12th.
Yeah.
I think that's what I saw.
February 12th for you guys.
No.
For us, it was just,
It was there.
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But Ellie, given your experiences watching the movie, what do you give it in your Beaver Tales?
I already.
Oh,
gave
she said
mine.
5.
Yeah,
Oh, you said
5.
5? Okay, Laiba,
Nick,
what
what
do you
is
give it
going
for
on?
your
It's
dude?
Laiba who hasn't given it yet.
I'm sorry, it's
I
Tiffany.
give it a 5.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's good.
Overachiever.
No, it's good.
Wait. Quick question, Ellie. How was watching No Way Home with me though? Was I annoying? I feel like I was.
Ooh, okay, no one else was there when I was watching it. Are you kidding me? I was
You
like,
were
in
nothing
the-
but a fly on the wall.
Wait.
in this
So you were
room of-
so you're telling me you
of
didn't notice the
Ellie-ness.
little kid sitting next to me in the Spider-Man costume who accidentally pressed the button on his mask and then made like a Spider-Man noise?
Okay, no, see, I heard that,
Okay.
and that kind of took me out of my brain space for a hot second. I was like, "What was that?" And I was like, "Did you hear that?" I didn't know it was the kid though.
It was the
Actually, no, I
kid
kinda
right
figured
next
it
to
was the
me.
kid. He was really cute. He had
It was
like,
adorable.
in his spider suit. He was
Yeah.
adorable.
Fun fact.
But
We
no,
had a
I
kid
was
dressed
sitting
as
there and I
Spider-Man.
was like, I am here.
I'm immersed.
movie.
Fun fact, when everybody wears a Spidey suit, like the lines for the men's restroom are fucking huge.
We gave the story last week or
Did
2
we?
weeks ago.
Yeah,
Nick.
it
Yeah.
is,
Do you want to tell your perspective on it?
No, we were all just waiting in line because everyone needs to use a stall. Like
No,
everyone
because
needs to
none of
use a
you wear
stall.
underwear apparently.
Well, I did.
Oh yeah, that's what we wanted to know. Is was no one wearing under
Garments?
No, okay, so I did because I had like clothes. I had actual clothes on, right? So like I just had a Spidey suit underneath the clothes, and I was basically like Spider Punk. But like people were like on full on suits, right? Like we're talking skin tight suits. And
Yeah, they need to wear. If you do that, people of listening, and wear Spidey suits, and you have
Please put on
male
undergarments.
genitalia, wear a dancer's belt.
yeah,
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
like
No,
there were
There's
actual
no
thing.
avoiding it.
okay.
You have to, unless you're wearing pants on top, like Nick.
Everyone's waiting for stalls unless you just had the most immaculate energy to like just use just to use a urinal. You basically have to like strip the upper part of your body just to get
this
there.
is the
Again,
life
I
of
would've
wearing
done that.
bodysuits, okay?
Yeah.
It's when you wear nobody was wearing an undershirt.
No.
No one?
No.
Wait, Nick, so were you waiting for the toilet or the urinal?
No, I was waiting for the stall, like a
Why?
normal person, because I don't want to get. I could not. Literally, I'm wearing like 4 layers of clothing. I'm not gonna take all that off just
It
to go
makes
to the
sense for
bathroom.
you because you have other layers on top, but
Yeah.
there's like
I guess.
they
Not
should have just
committed.
worn an undershirt and then they could like unzip the top of their
Well, I don't
Spidey
know.
suit
Hey
and go.
man,
And then just yeah.
I mean, these are all like, these are all just like we all got insecurities. Okay, men have insecurities too. Okay, like. They just probably didn't want to strip in the middle of a bath. Like there were definitely people that were like, yeah, I'm down for that. And I was like, okay, great, good for you. I'm gonna wait fucking 20 minutes for this stall, all right? Leave me alone.
I don't want to know who was down for that. Thank you.
I didn't see anybody's faces. I was just like, that's the silhouettes of people.
Oh yeah, I
that
guess
walked.
there's the added thing of like people know you here.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, not gonna.
That's like a different
Look that way.
experience.
Yeah. it
Or though
was-
Tom Holland was there.
No, nobody showed up.
Oh
unfortunately.
man,
And
if Tom was there, I would actually hate you a little bit.
one of the things is like
I
they
would be
said like
really
guests.
upset.
They said like guests were gonna show up and they were gonna like trivia and stuff. They didn't do that.
Oh.
And it's probably because of the COVID thing that happened at the premiere. So
Fair.
I thought all that came out after.
no, it was on the ticketed event. It was the ticketed description.
All I know is Tom did get the COVID.
Yeah, so he
Tom
probably,
Holland.
if
Yeah.
he was planned to show up, he did not. So it's just
Mhm.
all us TikTokers just making TikTok stuff. Yeah.
Tech
All right.
hackers.
I think that is all we
Yeah.
have.
Right.
We did go a little bit over time, but that is fine.
We could have gone way more overtime with the amount of questions I wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it could go. But we have been the Voices of Atlas. Let us have our special guests plug themselves. Ellie, plug yourself.
Hello. So obviously I am Oh Shoot Podcast. You can find me literally everywhere. The wonderful Clock app, Instagram, Twitter. I have Facebook. I do not use it. Do not find me there. But yeah, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok again. Oh Shoot Podcast. If you want to follow me, that's great. I welcome you with open arms. Oh, I am a podcast. I should probably tell you where you can listen to my podcast. That might be a good idea. Literally everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, which like Laiba, I did not know was a thing. Good Pods. Essentially, think of any app you can listen to a podcast on. I will be there.
At least
Are you
doing a
on
better
YouTube?
job than we are. So go follow Ellie.
Go me. But yeah, if you want to drop me a follow or come chat movies with me, I will gladly do that. I am a very friendly person.
She is, and I've met her in person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She has a bottom half, apparently.
Yeah.
I do.
She has
I am,
legs.
in fact,
Wild.
an entire being. I am a short being. Or maybe Johnny's just a giant.
I think
No, I
that was-
legit
am
looked down
average.
just
I
to
am in
talk
fact
to you when we went to the
average.
Christmas market. It was kind of funny.
I was like, he was here, I was here. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Also, everyone, legit, go follow Ellie on TikTok.
Yes.
We
Do
would
it.
like to do lives with her.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah, I keep thinking about it, and then I watch movies instead.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oops,
But follow
my
Ellie.
bad. Moral of the story, follow me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Follow
Yes.
Ellie.
Follow Ellie. Listen to her podcast. I've shown up on it once. Laiba's
has
apparently
been
shown
on it
up on it 3 times.
Like 3 times.
I think Nick might murder me if I don't have him on to
Yeah.
talk about Robbie Reyes,
I'll burn
and
your
then
house down.
we're obviously gonna have Victoria on.
Wait, have Victoria on for when you do Star Wars.
Okay. I was thinking
Yeah.
Loki because I know you've got thoughts.
I do have thoughts.
Like, but you know
I do-
what? You know what? We'll do both.
We'll do both. Why not?
We'll have
Yeah,
you
do
on
what I
for
did.
both.
Yeah.
I showed
I
up
know.
constantly. Back to back.
I've shown up only once. I think it's just because I've hung out with Ellie in person, which is why she hasn't had me back on
You're a
yet.
real friend.
Yeah.
I'm just so sick of Johnny. I'm like, oh man, talk to him for 2 hours. I don't know if
Yeah.
I can do
Do
that.
He's been in my house. I don't want to deal with more of him.
I measured you in Timbits.
That's
There's
what
too
it
Oh,
was.
much
yeah.
from Johnny.
63
Bonded.
Timbits tall.
Well, thanks for coming, Ellie.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for
me. I was
coming.
Oh, for everyone
So
out there,
excited.
we are going to have Ellie on again. You do not have any say in this. She's back on in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this.
yeah.
I'm already ready.
Ah.
You guys aren't ready for this.
I
Yeah.
said I was gonna
Ah.
carry that whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm not.
Um,
I need to rewatch the first film.
You haven't even watched. Anyway, go on, Johnny. Where can we find you?
Anyway, plug yourself,
oh
Johnny.
yeah, we didn't even plug ourselves in the start. Y'all can find me at Marvelous Johnny on my Instagram with an underscore between Marvelous and Johnny. That's Marvelous with 2 L's out there. And on Tickety Talk, that is just Marvelous Johnny without the underscore though. Currently, I am ranting, I think, about Hawkeye.
Yes,
Am I?
Sure.
I think you
what
are.
I think we are.
I think I've been ranting about Hawkeye. I haven't been paying close attention. It's been a busy week for me. I'm like half here and half not. I'm apparently told I do the very good version of the Andrew Garfield trend right now, where he's doing the little
from the
things in
Social Network? I love it.
And yeah, go check that out, I guess. And I did it with a Shang-Chi transition while at it.
Mhm.
Also, expect more Shang-Chi content from me.
Go follow Johnny.
Yeah, follow Johnny,
Yeah.
man.
Go
Oh,
follow
Following
Johnny.
John. If you aren't following anyone here, what are you?
How did
doing?
you even get here?
How did you
I
get
don't
here?
know.
For the
I mean,
others,
that means you found us on one of those podcasting apps and tell us that and give us 5 stars.
Yeah, 5 stars.
Yes.
All right.
5 stars.
we will
of-
read whatever you post.
Five
I don't care how
flavor tales.
inappropriate it is. I'll read all of it.
5 stars only.
I'll live with the 5 stars.
Victoria, where can we find you?
Oh yeah, you can find me anywhere at Victoria Organa. Actually, on Twitter there's an underscore, but Instagram and TikTok are my mains. Recently, I've kind of been on vacation, so you've been getting Hawkeye and Jotun Loki cosplays.
It's really good.
Before I
They're
get to
fantastic.
talking about other stuff, I have some thoughts on Jungle Cruise. I watched that recently, and I need to go on some rants about that.
Mhm.
But recently, I was also on the Keeg show, the Hawkeye after show for the finale. So if you want some spoilers before next week's episode, which should be Hawkeye, you can go listen to me over there and give some of my thoughts. But yeah, so That's where you can buy me. That's where you can see me. But I'm excited to talk about Hawkeye next week.
Laiba, where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok at Mixed and Anxious, and I will be posting more. It's just I've been having a slump, but I am also on Instagram, Laiba Hazara, and that's pretty much it.
What about you, Nick?
And I am Super Nikender. I'm currently going through a rebranding phase. Basically, I'm just swapping the first adjectives of my name for everything to match again. But also, bring back Robbie Reyes to the MCU. That's what I've been talking about constantly. And if it doesn't happen, I'm literally going to yell it into the world until it exists. Okay?
It's okay. We'll find out where Kevin Feige lives.
Marvel,
get him to 10K.
Mark my word. You will have Gabriel Luna back in the MCU. I promise you. If it doesn't happen, you will feel Hell's Wrath. This is my spirit of vengeance.
Also, yeah, follow Laiba and Nick.
Yeah.
Also follow Laiba and Nick and Ellie and Victoria. Just everyone here, go follow them.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys next week.
Yes.
Oh, wait, Nick, quickly plug your Redbubble.
Oh, yeah, I have stickers and stuff.
They're really
beautiful
nice.
stickers.
Yeah, they're little
Your
TikTok
red
stickers.
butt?
Yeah, my
and
red
if you
butt.
want shittier stickers, buy from me.
No,
all
beautiful.
amazing stickers.
No. I love Victoria's stickers. I have hers in my cart right now.
They're great.
I love
right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
it's
guess
Alligator Loki
I do have
with
some cute ones.
Jeffrey the Land Shark with Loki horns. In short, buy our friends stickers. They're beautiful.
We're all
And hopefully we'll have our own soon for this podcast.
Lastly, if I get to 10K on TikTok, I will buy a Robbie Reyes cosplay. So
Yes.
we're all
Yeah.
slowly
Needs to
filling
happen.
our
Follow
roles. We just got to get Laiba a Winter Soldier outfit now. So
I'm hoping.
and then we'll have a full on
Are all of us are gonna?
show
Are we all gonna cosplay on a podcast at some point?
at some point, and then we'll role
We
play the
should.
characters.
I need to see this. I
Ellie,
need
get
to
your
see
Wanda
this.
cosplay.
I
Whoa.
am so ready for
I
it.
love the idea of a role play.
We'll play a
episode.
D&D session.
When that Marvel role-playing game comes out, it comes
Oh,
out
yeah,
in
perfect.
March, right around my birthday.
Anyway.
Perfect. It's done. We're still
Fantastic.
on
We've decided,
Alright.
we've made
Yeah.
these plans. Wonderful. Thanks for joining us on the Voices of Atlas podcast today. Goodbye, everybody.
Find us.
We will see you all
Yeah.
next week for the
Bye.
Hawkeye episode.
Yeah.
Bye bye bye.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Feliz cumpleaños. Bye.
Au revoir.